Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the ESFL 183 and the finale of our season 2 of UFC 5, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed the entire season. So many good fights. It's been some great moments. ESFL still alive and kicking forever, mate. This thing will just run as long as the community show up, and you guys always show up every time, as do the fighters. We have some cracking fights for you today to celebrate the end of season 2, and I'm joined by two lovely men. Look at this three-man booth going on here today. We've got Kingsley, we've got Bruce Lee Rob. It's going to be a great night. We have the champion at the end of the season, K1 MuayThaiJesus, taking on the GOAT, undisputed king, GOAT1099. In an amazing fight, Kingsley. I cannot wait for this. Kingsley, you've been here the whole season, though, mate. I know you've been commentating, calling so many of these fights. How good has this season been, dude?
Yeah, it's been a wild season. It's just been an honor to be in the booth with you guys for this finale, because I know you guys are the OGs of the ESFL, and I can't wait to look at this whole season in totality, because this whole card right here is going to be a synopsis of what's been happening this season. We've been having a carousel of title contenders, title ships, defenses. Not one person had like more than one defense except one person, MuayThaiJesus, who's going to be in the main event going against probably the reigning defending season 1 champ in GOAT1099, as you said. But so many fights from top to bottom. You have ROMERO in the co-main event, who is coming off of his like last IRL fight. Congratulations to him to get submission. But the fact that he's in, we have OzzyKidd, Smudger, Drake, so many people. Suave, Jamie might be possibly on this card as well. Rob, I am so excited. What are you expecting? Are you seeing like, are we gonna have like a lot of knockouts, submissions? Like, what's your prediction?
Yo, I'm expecting absolute exhilaration, excitement. I mean, this is the finale. We got legends, like you said. GOAT1099's coming back to defend that, you know, I mean, I don't know what kind of title does he have, the virtual BMF. I mean, he's coming back in here.
Lineal title.
He did it against, right? It's the GOAT title, Balian, right? It's just like,
yeah.
Muay Thai has the opportunity to get the GOAT title and to solidify himself as the best player in the world right now. So yeah, so much excitement. I can't wait for this card. Kingsley, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, and as you guys are taking a look at on the card right now, live here on Twitch and on YouTube for ESFL 183, I mean, it's from top to bottom. It's so stacked. And a big reminder that the main event, MuayThaiJesus versus GOAT1099, this mega fight is going to be a best of 3. So not only are you getting all these amazing fights, but you might get 2 more exciting fights as well. So we are super excited for you guys to be here with us. We hope that you guys stay tuned and get your predictions in on the Twitch chat as well, because a lot of predictions are going to be hot and heavy as we're getting ready for our first fight of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be such an exciting one. We have Joe Goldberg going against K1 Drake. Both guys are under 500, trying to be like finish off the season at 500. So Rob, when we take a look at the scouting report, what are we looking to see from both of these competitors?
We're looking to see these guys bring it to the table, because, you know, when you're opening up the ESFL card, you want to set the tone. You want that volume maxed out. You want the crowd cheering. You want the commentators hyped up. So hopefully these guys come out. They put on a show, and we'll see what's good. You know, because I don't really know too much about Kex 1 and 2, but K1 Drake, I've seen him before. So let's see what these guys got.
Yeah, and for you,
yeah, I mean, like, these guys have had. Sorry, dude, I was going to just jump straight in and say that. Yeah, man, like, these guys have been up and down, haven't they? Up and down this season, bro. So we'll see what they got. It's the end of the, you know, end of the season, the last chance to make a big performance, cement yourself going forward, and set yourself up for a big fight down the line as well with someone else. So
yeah, I was gonna say to you, Balian, because this is an interesting question for me. It's like, for so many fights that you've seen in the ESFL, like the first fight on the ESFL card is always chaotic, right? Like, we come in, we're like, okay, we're just gonna start out a little bit easy. Like, they have the ESFL jitters because they're rookies or vets, but like, it's always those opening fights that go a little bit bonkers, right?
yeah, I mean, sometimes, you know, this is it really depends on middleweight sometimes is a little slower than some other weight classes as well. And the picks being locking in right here as well. DDP's risen to the top of this meta just because of the durability I think you've got as well. But, you know, we'll see if Drake can style on him here. I do like this matchup when we get to see it, so it should be fun. But when they're not locking themselves in, but hopefully they pick them up soon.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get this fight going soon. But all in all, like, every time that we have these ESFL guys, because we're live, sometimes, you know, it becomes a little bit of a chess game. Like sometimes you're in the middleweight division, you have to like go through a little bit of a system with the Wranglers, trying to make sure that you have the right tenacity when you're going through these fights. But Rob, going to you while we're still waiting on this fight, it's something about like choosing a weight class, right? Like trying to like, do you try to go for the first pick if you're in this kind of situation, or do you rather have the selection of the weight class first?
Well, when I competed in the ESFL, you know, I definitely the guy in the truck's going crazy back there tonight. Definitely when I was competing in the ESFL, I would have a fighter, I would have a camp, I would really learn the moves, I would really master all the, you know, techniques, the position, whatever, you know, the strengths and weaknesses of my fighter. But sometimes these guys, I feel like nowadays they are counterpicking a little bit depending on what their opponent, you know, selects. Kingsley and maybe, you know, there's some mind games in there, I'm not really sure. But right now these guys are both on Dricus du Plessis Balian, and looks like they're kind of at a stalemate here.
Yeah, I think we're moving on to the next fight because we've apparently lost the first one. So here we go, Kings. I think we're moving to K1 Cook versus Jamie. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, so this is like, hey, anything can happen in ESFL, and we love the way it is. It creates unpredictability and keeps us on our toes. So instead of going to the first fight that we originally thought we were going to have, we're going to go to even bigger fights. We talked about Suave Jamie possibly being in this fight. He is going to be in this fight right now, going against K1 Cook. K1 Cook is 4-2. He's been a true staple of this season on the PS5 side. He had a couple opportunities, but he wasn't able to get to that upper echelon along with his other campmates. But Suave Jamie, I mean, Bailey and Rob, I'll start with you. Suave Jamie is probably the pinnacle when it comes to the ESFL. So many championships, so many main event fights. For him to be in the opening fight, this has to be a big ordeal for K1 Cook.
Oh, 100%. I mean, K1 Cook has an opportunity. He's going against one of the dons of the game. And I think Suave Jamie Kingsley lost his last fight in a little bit of a surprise fluke in the last time we commentated him. So he has to prove now today that, hey, I'm still, you know, that guy that you guys think I am. And so a lot of pressure on Jamie, I feel like, more than K1 Cook.
Yeah, and Bailey, to you, like, we saw the Izzy pick in a Duplessis fight. With these matchups, do you think we're gonna like keep it standing up? Because I feel like with this type of fight, with the opening fight, it could be a little bit of a stand and bake, but you never know with the takedown game.
They're both great tacticians. We know Jamie won that 4-man tournament. He's got that veteran experience. He pulls out every time. But yeah, Cook's on that win streak, so I expect him to be the aggressor here, if anything, and already coming out that right hand, trying to load up on the hook.
Yeah, and just for a reminder for you guys, oh, go ahead, Bailey.
No, I'm just making a noise, bro, because that was a beautiful shot.
Like, the noise.
That was a good body kick, Bailey, and I heard that noise. Woo!
Yeah. So just for the reminder for you guys on Twitch and on YouTube, K1 Cook is on the left side using Dricus du Plessis with the white trunks, and Suave Jamie's on the right side using Izzy Adesanya in the black trunks. And already a little bit of a pull back, getting some nice combinations onto du Plessis, but so far most of the fumble, there's our first takedown, gets denied by Suave Jamie. Suave Jamie already getting like the more proactive situation, getting some nice pulls right there, Rob.
Yeah, and you saw Suave Jamie punishing him too after he tried to take him down, a couple good knees. So K1 Cook's confidence. Ooh, and he gets kicked down there, Bailey, and you know he's getting pushed against the cage and taking some damage early.
Yeah, he lost a chunk of the stamina, gets pushed back, retaking the center from Jamie's great. He's using those side kicks really effectively, but you can't overuse those, especially against someone like K1 Cooked, who'll make those reads. Nice punishing return to the body. But Jamie's going tit for tat with the body shots as well, and edging the long-term stamina slightly at the moment as well, I think, with that. So, but that right hook has been landing. That's the money shot so far for Cooked.
Yeah, and already halfway towards this first round right here, we see that Suave Jamie getting a nice little 1 and 2, trying to press his opponent back, getting some nice body shots, as you said, Bailey. But right now, it just seems like Cooked is kind of feeling the pressure of the moment right here. It seems like he wants to get his situation right, but the slips, the pulls, and the body shots are just kind of making him uncomfortable here. Would you agree, Rob?
Oh, 100%. And Suave Jamie just looks on point, and he's keeping him at a nice distance with that little side body kick, pushing him back. K1 Cook's now utilizing the teeps as well, but ooh, nice front kick though, kind of snaps Jamie's head back. But Jamie just looks like he's clinical tonight in the striking game. Perfect takedown defense so far, doing well.
Yeah, James been scoring big, you know, taking chunks out of that head health and the long-term stamina as well. Cook needs to find an adjustment coming out in this second round because he can't have another round like this, and on the end of that long two as well. At the perfect range, that's a nice takedown bail, but pull counter, return to the body, big damage, and the continuing combinations here to break through that block and chip more of the head health. I mean, this is a great first round from Suave Jamie. I mean, this is so much damage. Front kicks in there, but 30 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some success with 25 seconds left from Cook. He able to get those front kicks 2 times on the face of Suave Jamie. Suave Jamie working with his pulls, working with his body uppercuts, working really nicely. And with 10 seconds, we know that it's the most dangerous moments of an ESFL fight because you never know what's going to happen. But we're going to go into the second round. We saw some great shots from Suave Jamie. For K1 Cook, Rob, I'll leave it to you. What does K1 Cook need to do? Does he need to continue on with the front kicks, or do you want him to use a little bit more distance going into the second round?
He needs to be careful when he's coming forward to not get, you know, bopped by those body punches, those side kicks, maybe a side step when Israel Adesanya does that little body side kick to the body, whatever I'm trying to say. But also he needs to get a takedown. You could tell he wants to get a takedown. If he could get the fight there, I feel like he'll be a little bit more comfortable and he won't feel like he's in this pressure cooker against Suave Jamie. Here's round number 2. Let's see what he can do.
Shout out to Total Conflict Esports, by the way, for the raid. Thank you for coming in on the Twitch side of things, guys. Appreciate you. We are just getting started with our season 2 finale here. Big champ versus champ fight on the line, and our takedown to get things started. Rob, as you wanted, Cooked getting the takedown inside control, can get some damage off here. Let's see what the get up strategy is from Jamie on the bottom. Half guard, so probably going to make his way back to full guard already and get the deny. And this is a good start, Kingsley, to get yourself back to the feet.
Yeah, what a great start. Exactly what you need from the first round. If you guys have just joined us from the raid, again, K1 Cook is being Dragon Suplexes on the top game, going against Suave Jamie, one of true pioneers of the ESFL, with his championships on the bottom using Izzy Adesanya. And so far, like, from the front kicks, it seemed like he had some moments, but this is a huge benefit to his game. Just now taking a little bit of the chest game, trying to get into side control, might be trying to push, but gets pulled into full guard. But going to the second guard right here, Rob, this is where he can score a bunch of points.
Yeah, definitely. And he actually got that takedown, so that's going to build a little bit of his confidence here. Coming forward, that double jab. And now Suave Jamie just kind of adding to the first round, trying to... Oh, my God, another takedown. And this time he dumps him. I mean, that's 2 big takedowns for K1 Cooked here in round number 2.
Yeah, and slightly demoralizing, perhaps, for Jamie. You know, he's been in these situations before, and in longer fights, you know, this body damage is one of my favorite positions here. Jamie needs to go back to half guard rather than wait around, unless he wants to look for... Okay, he has forced a positional change there, but even with the deny, it's going to be difficult to move. And now the backside, the head might become vulnerable here. But yeah, now we're over the halfway point of this round. 2 takedowns. Cooked is running away with this one so far. Jamie has a lot of accumulation of damage to catch up on, which means that, you know, if it goes to a third, it's going to be all the more important there. And look at the slight tentativeness as well in the exchanges. Both guys down on stamina, getting hurt a little bit. Starts to become more tactical.
Yeah, I mean, technical is going to be the name of the game for Suave Jamie, because right now he needs to stay in that fumble. He needs to stay close and try to defend those takedowns, because these clinches are doing work as he gets it nice and down. That's what he needs to do. But I want to see what can he do towards the body with 120 left in the second round. K1 Cook pretty much has some success, but the stand-up game has been all Suave Jamie as he's trying to get the combination going, trying to play a little bit of distance game. Gets a nice right hook for his troubles. Has that head help. Blinker tries to land a flying knee, not able to get it. Flips coming in high heavy, but the combinations are working well for him, Rob.
Oh, yeah, connects on him. Suave Jamie's in trouble, or excuse me, K1 Cook's in trouble. There's a nice little pull elbow there, but even though K1 Cook was able to get those takedowns early, he really wasn't able to do any damage, and Suave Jamie is now pulverizing K1 Cook with some serious damage, Bailey, and it's not looking good.
Yeah,
K1 Cook looks a little wobbly.
Definitely not looking good. I was about to say that myself, but 20 seconds left in the round, so he might be able to just survive it through. You got great recovery on DDP, so that's to bear in mind, but the fact that Jamie's able to pick him apart and not just land the combinations, but then also catch him with just single shots because of the timing of them, not necessarily he's forcing it. It's literally, I've got you frozen, and now I'm hitting you with one shot. You're getting rocked. It's part of the mind game that's now starting to play for Jamie. But you got to remember, he did get taken down twice that round, so he probably will take it. But if the takedown comes out again, you know, it might play in the favor of Cooked here.
Yeah, you can take a look at that replay, just flipping him like a flapjack. getting ready for this third round right here. We know that K1 Cook has success on the ground game. Will he find a way to get the first ever takedown, or will Suave Jamie, will he find a way to keep it standing up? He's playing more of the distance game right here. He wants to make sure that he keeps it standing up. Maybe work a little bit more of the body uppercuts. But here's the takedown attempt. Tries to get denied. Suave Jamie looking for his way. Gets back into the clinch. But will he bring his opponent back to the cage? He will. But he's not moving back here, Rob. And now has his back to the cage. Do you want him to stay in his position right here, Rob?
I mean, K1 Cook's in a tough spot. Third round, he's taking damage to the head, to the body. Suave Jamie has a stamina advantage. He's pre-denying. K1's getting desperate out there, you could tell. And Suave Jamie's in cruise control, you know? He's just going to keep going to the well, going hard on the stand-up. And this is not looking too good there, Bailey. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, not where you want to be. He's got to his knees, but again, now Jamie gets some revenge for this sprawl position here. Gonna pull the half guard straight away, but this is just a repeat of exactly where he was 30 seconds ago. So Cook needs to show some hustle to get himself back to the feet here with just 3 minutes on the clock if he wants to win this fight. Don't forget, he's riding this 4-fight win streak right now, so not been dealt a loss in a while. Probably came in very confident, beautiful, sweet, and was really well, you know, established just based on the knowledge of the GA at the situation there. So well done.
Yeah, very well done. And this is where he needs to score points. He needs to find a way to posture up. But Suave Jamie with some good defense gets another denial for his troubles. But nice. Here we go. The Cook, instead of going to the ground game where he had success, leads to stand up. So now he needs to go to pelts and metal.
Oh.
Some counter punches like he did right there. And now K1 Cook on the attack, using an uppercut. He's getting some damage, but not enough. Needs to do a little bit more. Oh, a good little feint right there. Back and forth. Here we go, Rob.
Couple good shots by K1 Cook, but it's not enough. Oh, there we go. There's a big one. Goes right to the takedown, but Suave Jamie is ready with the L2R2 defense. Bang, connects on K1 Cook. K1 Cook trying to move, trying to groove, but that blood is out, and it's going to ooze.
Oh, man, you know, Jamie almost overthrew right there, but he didn't. He kept it tight, and a left uppercut sends Cook one more time to the body, to the head now, as well as he stance switches, probably trying to get away, but there's a head kick from the open stance. Bails on the takedown to throw another shot over the top, but Jamie, is he targeting the body now? He's beating him up. Mate, the finish is probably coming soon.
1 minute remaining, a little bit more of a minute remaining.
Oh!
Suave Jamie has his opponent stopped, ready to fall down. He's looking for the KO, and that is it. Suave Jamie gets a closely contested victory against K1 Cook.
Yeah, really.
Oh, yeah, that was beautiful work from Suave Jamie right there. Beautiful work.
Well played. Way to come back as well, man. The takedowns in the second rounds were making it look like the strategy might work for Cook. You know, K1 Cook makes no bones about being a striker as well, but went to the grappling with the DDP pick, which is smart to do against Jamie because he's just that good on the feet. But yeah, man, that was, as always, beautiful combination work from Jamie. Never the same combination twice, never a combination you've seen before, and then was able to still snipe him out afterwards as well. So I thought it was a great performance, Kings.
Yeah, it was a great performance from Suave Jamie, but also kudos for K1 Cook for the totality of the season. I mean, he was 4-2 coming in this fight. He's gonna be 4-3, but I don't think his record reflect the way he was able to show up and show out in this whole season. Again, he had like a 4-fight win streak. He was able to just do his thing, but not really able to come up close. Hopefully he could put that into the next season and maybe try to like learn more from his campmates, because his campmates have been champions. If he could just lean on to this experience that he had against Suave Jamie, like if that's the level where he needs to be, maybe he could go a little bit higher. So we'll have to see. Again, guys, if you're just joining us, welcome to ESFL 183. It's the PlayStation Season 2 finale right here. I am joined by the OGs, Bruce Lee, Rob, Bailey, and I am your host, Kingsley. We are here ready to get some amazing fights for you guys. We still have the main event, GOAT1099 against K1 MTJ, MuayThaiJesus, for a best of 3 main event coming to you guys very soon. And then co-main event is going to be Romero versus K1 Carnalito, which is a highly contested battle. Everyone should be looking forward to that, but we still got plenty of fights to go. And so we're going to wind it a little bit. We had a little bit of a change up for our first fight. Now we're going to the first fight that we supposedly were supposed to have, and Joe Goldberg going against K1 Drake, which again, we had chaos in that first fight. This one is leading up for even more chaos here, Rob.
Oh yeah, these guys are ready. You know, they got a little shocked. They didn't know. And I just, there's a point though. You'd think that K1 cooked, you know, and he thought he was going to be number 9. And then all of a sudden he's like, no, you're fighting JB right now. He's like, oh, I ain't warmed up yet, but who knows? Anyways, That's for another day. But here we go. Middleweight, Drake versus Joe Goldberg, Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya. We got some power versus some elegance. And Balian, let's see what happens.
I always wanted to see what happened when you finished that sentence. I was like, what word is he going to go with? Precision. I was thinking the alliteration was coming, but elegance is lovely. I think we're having a quick restart here. Perhaps some rule changes not in full effect. It may have been set for 5. It was not set for 5 rounds, though. Just had a quick look there, but I like the picks there. It always is very telling, the striking matchup between these two, because Pereira's got a lot of good advantages, you know, that 5-star left hook and some other stuff, but Izzy does have technically the more diverse arsenal. So if you can bring out a few of the other techniques, maybe some of the spinning kicks and, you know, some of the head kicks, because Pereira, you don't see a lot of players use them. It seems like a slower animation. So I'm interested to see the striking matchup play out between these two as well, as, yeah, they're back ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, Izzy Adesanya is already 1-0 on this fight card. Could he be possibly 2-0? We'll have to see. It's up to these fighters, but I'm excited to see what goes down. I want to see a little bit more technicality when it comes to the second fight, but we'll have to see how it goes down, what the pace is going to be for our second fight of ESFL 183. Here we go, as both guys staying a little bit of distance. We see a little bit of a straight coming from Pereira. Joe Goldberg on your left, K1 Drake on the right using Izzy Adesanya. And it seems like Joe Goldberg being the more aggressive fighter, using the knees, trying to work the body, using his distance a little bit nicely. And that's what he's going to have to do with Alex Pereira right here, Rob.
Yeah. Alex Pereira, you definitely want to take the center of the octagon, but also for Drake, you really got to watch out for that flying knee, because Alex Pereira possesses so much power in this game. Anything he lands is so detrimental to your health and will rock you. So, you know, Drake's kind of fighting off his back foot a little bit, and now these guys are just, you know, in the feel-out process.
Yeah, you mentioned another win for Israel Adesanya, but like there was a time I remember where people would pick Izzy and no one was winning. Like it was a real statement. I remember we had to announce it like that's the first victory with Israel Adesanya. I remember that, because it was just like people couldn't play with him. In this kind of a matchup, you do really need to stay away from that power. I mean, it's no joke, and it will break your block down as well. But we're seeing a lot of backing up from Joe as well, and nice liver kicks with the fakes as well on the lead leg, which is a great way to generate extra power and speed on that liver kick. You fake off that lead leg and wind it up. Definitely much faster than that one came out from Goldberg. But yeah, hit and move is the name of the game right here. Doing a good job so far, but every shot that lands, you know, it's just a little more dangerous. And right there, a 2-3 lands, and then a nice lead uppercut, lead hook to follow. What a great way to chase with continued combinations there.
Just the aggressiveness from Joe Goldberg has been really impressing me so far. But I'm just loving the fact that both of these guys are not afraid to use the leg kicks. When they need distance, when they need to break up the momentum, they're not just head hunting, they're not just going for the body, but working on those legs, trying to build a little bit more of just like damage onto their opponent's like whole kind of character. And I feel like that's going to change with the whole game plan, because when you're just not only focusing on the head, on the body, especially when it comes to like these big events, I feel like it opens up a little bit more possibility into your fight game here, Rob.
Yeah, 100%. You're already seeing Israel Adesanya kind of switching back to orthodox, because those body kicks have been banging him. You know, Drake UFC's taking a lot of damage to the body. You could tell Joe Goldberg is targeting it, even with the body uppercuts, and he's putting a lot of pressure on his opponent here, Bailey. And I mean, it's going pretty well here in the first round for Joe.
I definitely think he should stay southpaw, and he'll stay more away from that left hook on the inside. It'll be harder for that rear uppercut lands, though, as he level changes. That's good work from Goldberg. He's already taken a ton of damage in this first round. Oh, that's a beautiful knee, though. Took a chunk off, but I think he'll do much better from southpaw. He can clear space easier. He can stiff arm retreat if he needs to. Wrapped his own right hook around the top there and rolls underneath. But yeah, it opens up the body shots, and it gets him away from that left hand, which Goldberg's been great with so far, especially the lead uppercut, lead hook. It's a nice combination.
Yeah, it seems like he's trying to look for that lean, that little slip from K1 Drake, of him just leaning forward and trying to hit with that uppercut. But with 5 seconds left, this is where it could be a little bit dangerous, but both guys play a little bit safe, even though the head kick wasn't all the way safe. But you see at the stats, we had significant strikes and total strikes landed in favor of Joe Goldberg, which is in favor of his aggressiveness. That first round probably has to go to him, even though he got hit with a little bit of a flying knee. But for K1 Drake, he probably needs to go a little bit more crazy, or maybe try to out-aggressive the aggressor in this situation. But for Drake, still moving a little bit back, but still trying to swing as much as possible.
Yeah, Drake's trying to figure out what to do here. You know, I agree with you, Bailey. Like when he's in southpaw, he has a lot of opportunity to use that footwork and stay out of range. He just needs to block that body kick. But it seems like he doesn't really know what stance he really wants to stand in. He just is getting beat down by Joe Goldberg here.
Yeah, as soon as he went orthodox, you're seeing the lead uppercut, lead left hook from Goldberg, which is really, really nice. And it will land easier if it's orthodox, and it will if he goes southpaw. And I think he needs to start targeting the body because the block is so high for Goldberg. He's got a ton of block left compared to what he's got. If he starts trying to beat up high too much, I just feel like he's probably not going to be able to chip through that very easily. But, you know, it's hard to do because Goldberg is not overextending. He's not throwing more than like 3 punches ever, 2 sometimes. The jab lead hook as again, whenever he's in orthodox. It's a tough all night for Drake, but I think he needs more body work. He needs more teeps to clear space. And there's a nice uppercut, though. Things like these block counters and the slip counters with the big uppercuts. Adesanya has power. He can still connect and land big.
Yeah, absolutely. He landed big with that uppercut, and hopefully those combinations will come in hot and heavy as we're approaching near the halfway point of the second round right here. Joe Goldberg still pressing his opponent to the back of the cage, but that black cage is getting low for Drake. Drake needs to be very careful, trying to work on the body a little bit, but not able to get the full extent of it. And now it's becoming a little bit of a patient pressure from K1 Drake. Drake is just kind of creeping in, kind of stepping in, and when he finds his avenue, maybe he's trying to land those combinations there.
Yeah, it seems like Drake is just not really opening up with any offense. He's just almost always on the defense, and Prairie's just coming forward, just landing these big shots, testing that block gauge. And I feel like Drake needs to do something in this round number 2 and do some damage. But man, Joe's just a beautiful pull, Bailey, and he's just on point right now.
He is, and he's standing toe to toe with him right here. You know, he hasn't really moved from that firing range, you know, sitting in these exchanges, which is interesting as well, you know. And it's not because Drake maybe can't hang here, but this is much better work when he's slipping and countering. But if you ask me, he should slip, counter, then get out of there. Don't stay and plant and be there for those shots that just broke through his block. He needs to get back moving straight away because he's got the timing and the counters to land and hurt him, but he's just standing in front of him afterwards for me, which is, you know, causing this accumulation of block damage.
It was great when you pointed it out because like 2 times while you were talking, he slipped twice and able to land successfully against Joe Goldberg. And now I feel like with that, now he's getting a little bit more confidence because now he's training and he's winning a little bit. And now Joe Goldberg is whipping his shots because now I think K1 Drake, he's now getting the timing. He's now getting the rhythm. So this second round might be huge. Let's see how it pans out with the last 15 seconds. He might try to go for a flying knee. He did in the first round. Could he possibly do it again here?
Yeah, we'll see. 2 seconds left. Flying knee back, little payback. But yeah, good second round, like you said, Kingsley. I mean, Drake did get a couple good slips. That last slip uppercut was clean. It was mean. Cracked him. But here we go, round number 3, and his Drake's block gauge is pretty low now, so you can't rely on that block too much against that power of Pereira. But you know, the slips are coming. He looks like he's starting to get them reads, Bailey, in round number 3.
Yeah, the thing is, he has to plant his feet and stand in front of him to slip. You know, it's a different animation set when you're moving backwards and slipping. So I get why he's standing in front of him, because he wants to slip and counter or slip and bait the offense and, you know, bring down the gas tank. But when you get to the third round, it's dangerous. But there was a forward moving slip with the uppercut on the inside. He's still planting and trading though. It's tough to know what strategy to go for, but he almost got dropped right there.
Yeah, he got very lucky. There was like hardly any stamina from Joe Goldberg, but Joe Goldberg, he's still not shying away from what his game plan is. Just push him forward. If he finds a slip, it seems like he's taking a little bit of a back foot. Instead of going like the 3 hit combinations, he's just going 1 and 2, but those uppercuts will land, and that's rocks Joe. Joe needs to find a way to answer back because now Drake is feeling it. He is feeling the momentum. He wants to get that knockdown as he gets the second round again. K1 Drake posture up, working his way, but now he's staying stuck on the ground right there, Rob.
Wow, that was awesome. Drake just stood his ground and said, let's go. We're in the pocket. He threw a nice little stationary uppercut, connected. And now let's see how Goldberg responds here, because, I mean, his head health is really low too, and anybody can take this. This is anybody's fight. And Drake's starting to cook here a little bit, Bailey, and he's starting to surge.
Yeah, he got 2:30 on the clock, so half a round, and it was beautiful work with the straight right to hurt him, and then followed up with the right hook, and that's actually the direction Goldberg lent into it, and that's why I think he dropped him, even though his guard was still up. So it was beautiful work, and there's another rolling right hand, and he can keep this up while the stamina's low, because there won't be much offense coming back, so can take advantage of this right now. But again, it's that lead uppercut, lead hook combination from Goldberg that's been pretty effective. But Drake finding the holes in this offense, man. He's still slip ripping with the lead uppercut there. Nice work. And then a left hook to follow up. And another lead uppercut to put him out. Beautiful work from Drake. Really, really good showcase there of head movement and counter work, man. That was really nice boxing. Baited out a lot of shots and was able to land big multiple times.
That was impressive, right? Like from the first round, we were like, okay, you're keeping your head on the center line, you're getting hit, your block gauge is getting solo, but the adapting into the slip for like not one, not two, not three, not four, and it just landed rock after rock to land in this impressive knockout against his opponent. Just impressive adaptability, you have to say there, Rob.
Yeah, very impressive how Drake kind of, started getting that momentum in the end of round 2 and into round 3. He started really cooking, but I'm really impressed with his ability when he had it with Goldberg hurt. He kind of let his opponent move, and then he was patient, and he was just throwing more shots with Izzy right into that perfect position, right to the chin, right when he was leaning into it. So just absolutely clinical from Drake. And he kind of let his opponent gas out. Maybe that was his strategy the whole time, Bailey, and just let Pereira throw himself a little bit, make the reads, and then third round, turn into Neo and just take him out.
It's been my strategy since UFC 3, where you used to be able to do that a lot easier because whiffs would tax you way more on stamina, and I absolutely love that style. It's been something I've been complaining about really since then, but that was a really good showcase of how to do that effectively, especially when you're in a matchup where you can't go tit for tat with the guy because he's got more power than you, and a lot of players will just like go tit for tat, strike for strike, and you're going to get beaten down and lose eventually. So being able to slip and counter is super important, and a great showcasing of that from Drake, able to pull out the win. So let's go. I'm ready for the next one.
Yeah, 2 great fights. We're on to more, and it's going to be even better because right now we're going to be in the bantamweight division for our next fight. So I'm excited to see a little bit of a faster pace here, Rob, as we're going to have DondaddaCam going against AK, both guys who have been on the lowercase, mostly on the prelims on ESFL fight cards, but they always show up and they always come out for a great fight right here, especially on the Scout.
Oh yeah, and I know a lot about this guy, DondaddaCam. He is very good at this game. Absolutely expert on the ground, but he also has the striking too. This guy is dangerous. So AK's got to watch out. 1-3 against 1-1. But yeah, I'm excited to see this one. This should be a banger of a fight. Let's see, who are they picking here? All right, we got Mario Batista versus Peter Yan in bantamweight. Let's go. Fireworks, Balian. That Peter power.
Hell yeah, man. Can't wait for this one. I mean, Jan's had a lot of changes over the years, let's say, but still dangerous as ever. And Batista's got a great frame for this weight class as well, and some real quick hand speed. So this should be a super fun fight. I think when it comes to bantamweight, man, we always see a lot of boxing. So it's really going to be, again, in the head movement and the counters. But if he's going to keep hitting that liver with that kick, that'll change the dynamic of this real quick.
Yeah, we'll see if the dynamic changes real quick with the adaptability of both of these fights. Again, we have AK on the left side using Peter Yan, Dondadda on the right side using Mario Batista. And so far, staying center of the octagon, moving way back. Oh, trying to go for a takedown right there, but just quick sticks coming from Dondadda. And Rob, this is what we expect. You said he was good at striking and grappling. All right, we're seeing that in display.
Oh yeah, a little fake takedown to a lead elbow. Beautiful. Dondadda starting to cook knees to the body as well. I mean, he's just all over him with so many different techniques here, Balian.
I love this. This is beautiful work. Jab into the body. This is some beautiful Muay Thai right here. This is some of the best Muay Thai I've seen in a while. Great timing and shot selection. Absolutely piecing apart the head health right now. Everything's at the perfect range. He barely has to move forward because everything's thrown on target, essentially. So everything's getting that full power. He's not coming out of the vulnerability as well by staying in his base, but now coming back with a few combinations. This is nice, and you can see how quickly the tides can turn with Mark putting some hands on Dondadda, but that series of combinations was really nice, especially the jab to the body, establishing range. Beautiful.
the most underrated weapon in the ESFL or UFC or any type of fighting game is that jab. When you use that jab, you could just pace out your opponent, you could gain the distance, you could disrupt the momentum. But so far, AK has a little bit of an answer for it. He had a little bit of combinations, especially with these remaining minutes. Oh, and a vicious elbow coming from Dondadda. Forget the jab, use the elbows and just try to hit your opponent as much as you can there, Rob.
Yeah, you know, he faked it and he hit him twice now with that fake elbow, lead elbow. And then that third time, he actually went for the takedown, but AK was able to recognize that. So good job on AK, not getting taken down. But yeah, he's got to be very careful because Dondadda, his striking, those jabs are... But if he gets you to the ground, I think he's even better there. So AK's got to be on his game.
He may be cut as well. He's got an eye injury, so, or a revision, you know what I mean? It's hard to tell. It might be on that left eyebrow, but that is where a lot of those lead elbows have been landing as well. So possibility either way, some damage. That's some nice planted boxing combo work there, though. Dondadda has been using these knees when they're getting this close, but I like the fact that Mark knows that, you know, I've got yarn, I've got tons of durability. I can stay in this fight. Just got to keep moving forward and putting the pressure on when I get my chances.
Absolutely. With around 30 seconds left in the first round right here. AK still pressing forward, but gets landed with a knee.
Oh, beautiful.
Perfect timing and precision will give him the benefit of this last 10 seconds as Dondadda possibly going for he's landing those uppercuts. He is landing some combinations, and that's how we're going to end the first round. Get ready for a roller coaster, folks.
Dondadda on fire right now, folks. I mean, he looking good with Batista. You saw a few pockets where AK was able to utilize that Peter Yan power. Had his moments a little bit, but I mean, look at those stats, all blue. And man, Dondadda looks like he is on point tonight, bailing.
Man, I love that. I mean, it's just Southpaw Muay Thai. Like, I mean, I'm just gonna say and praise that every time. It's beautiful work. Just a little bit of an update. I don't know if it's official, but in the chat, we've been seeing some back and forth about potentially getting a fight on this card between K-Han and Nas. That might be happening tonight within, you know, before this night ends. I think it's being sorted out right now. I heard a yes in the background. Have we got any updates?
So we might begin to update a little bit later, but so far, I mean, this is what we love. So we got some breaking news, especially when we were talking about Balin. So we have breaking news. Romero is out and Nas is in. So in the co-main event, this whole thing changes. So in the finale, you never know what to expect. It's unpredictable as hell, but we love it anyway as we're going back into this fight. Dondadda is trying to do the unpredictability and getting his opponent all the way down to the canvas. But right now, uppercuts are landing as we're seeing a pole point here, Rob.
Oh! Grab your bikinis, boys. Grab your suntan lotion. Let's go. Mario Batista, those knees, the Muay Thai, like Balian said, just phenomenal stuff. But you're seeing AK kind of trying to move his head, trying to swing, and they're trying to connect, but
too close.
Both moving really good. Good pulls. Good pulls from both these guys.
With the jab, with the lead hook, shutting down everything. Just touch. He opens up. The lead hook crushes him back. DondaddaCam just playing with his food there for a little bit with the lead hand. I mean, that's a slip of the overhand, though. That's nice work. And here comes... He was pressing when he needed to. That was beautiful work. What do you do against this guy? You can't stand there. He pieces you up. You can't chase him because he counters or flying knees you. And now he's getting trick takedowns. This is beautiful work from DondaddaCam.
It was like deja vu from the first round. He gets hit with a flying knee, then he gets hit with a vicious shot in the second round. It's just a constant recycle of violence on towards the head of AK, but AK find a way to get back up. He's still seeing that phone booth. I don't know if that's the best possibility for him because he's getting paced up right now by Batista. Dondadda says, this is my factory. This is my house of violence, and he wants to get back into that winning column.
Oh man, Dondadda he's switching up the cadence of his strikes. He's off timing some of these, like that straight lead hook was beautiful. He's hit him 3 times now with a fake takedown lead elbow. I mean, Mark is in so much trouble in Bailey. Look at the injury. Uppercut lands, connects. He's wobbling.
Flew too close.
How many of you guys have ever just used that, like, as a counter to the jab, the rear uppercut from the open stance? I mean, he'd used that multiple times this fight. As the jab came out, he just threw the uppercut at the same time. Obviously, the damage has been done enough to cause a rock, but beautiful work from DondaddaCam as well. And now a single leg takedown off the fence. The doctor might even step in because we've got a whole nother 5-minute round to go before that. So there's been a lot of damage done by DondaddaCam. Jan's got some good recovery, but I've been very impressed with everything I've seen so far.
Absolutely. You're being impressive, but it's also like suffocating, right? Like AK has no room to breathe when it comes to striking. Every time he comes close, he gets hit with an uppercut just to get countered. And his block gauge is slow, so he can afford the trade, but it's not going to be working out right. But the pulls, slips, coming in, 2 seconds left. He's able to get a right hook. Has that head help blinking for DondaddaCam, but it'll be interesting seeing what the stats are. We saw a little bit of a glimpse of it. I didn't see the totality of it, but so far, it's still anybody's fight, but DondaddaCam has been impressive striking-wise.
Yo, DondaddaCam, we're calling him Don Daddy because he is fathering this man in there, Balian. He's unloading on him.
Sorry, no one getting laughed at behind here as well. He is unloaded on him, but we have got one more round here. Honestly, I don't know if the doctor's going to step in and stop this if he keeps working. It's all that lead hand work off the right hand that we were talking about earlier. A couple of those elbows early, I think, did cut him, but that lead hook and the jab, and there's the elbow again. I don't know if DondaddaCam realizes it, but yeah, you can see it's red one more time here, and it's under that left eye of Mark, where all the damage has been done, but these uppercuts are landing so heavy as well.
Yeah, and he's just gauging distance, right? He's like, if you want to fight me, if you want to get some damage on me, you're going to have to deal with that uppercut every single time. Even though I might not be throwing it, it's just like a mental like thing in his head, like he needs to watch out for. And when he gets to these clips right here, it's just perfect trip up for DondaddaCam. So just give him the right position. Now he can work on the body, he can work on the legs, everywhere. And so far, this third round, I think it's going to be a lot tough asking for AK right here.
Definitely. And shout out to the Northern Canadian King, Wild White Wolf, with a sub. Thank you for the sub, my bro. And another fake takedown from DondaddaCam, but this time he's not able to get it, but he gets the takedown on top with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left, Bailey. And now we're going to witness this guy's real talent, and that's his top game.
Yeah, I think he's going to... Well, he was looking for the stacked guard ground and pound earlier, so I guess he wasn't going to do that. We're back to the feet. Once finished on the feet, the spinning elbow, a flying knee, something spectacular surely is coming. But he's still trying to push forward. I think Mark just letting it go because he hasn't really got much of a choice. He landed an uppercut there, though. Split the lip open. So DondaddaCam will not go home without a little bit of damage to take with him. But halfway through the round, Mark somehow still in this.
Yeah, I mean, the most dangerous opponent is someone who has like nothing left to lose. If AK could find his way to just not care, get the right slip and the right punch, he might be back in this fight.
Oh!
Yes, right there, like I timed it, but the center is so low. He gets almost taken out. He gets the back, but he's able to stand back up with 2 minutes remaining here, Rob. This is insane.
This is insane. And Peter Yan, what does he have? What's his best attribute? It's the power, but dang, Don able to get him to the ground to quell the danger for now. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Let's see if he holds this position. It would be smart if he did. He cruises on over to backside Balian, and now he is here to just control and let that time tick.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no danger of losing this fight, really, at this point, you would think. However, he did take a few shots on the feet, right? So maybe he will just stay here for the rest of it and not have to get into a brawl with Mark, who's still in this fight, man. And he's got himself back to the feet. 60 seconds left. You know he's coming for the kill.
Let's go, boys.
Mom spaghetti time for both of these competitors. Can DondaddaCam complete his masterpiece that he's had so far, or will AK find a way to get back up? He has 35 seconds in this contest, trying to land an uppercut, but another takedown almost getting landed, going for the backpack, but gets dragged down all the way, and that could be it. As we're going for a rear naked choke here, could it be it for his opponent here, Rob?
DondaddaCam is an expert submission specialist. You're seeing the stamina game here, the fakes, the takes, and it looks like he's going to lock it in with 1 second left, and it's over.
Yeah, man, I mean, a beautiful job. A beautiful, beautiful fight there, man. Great job from DondaddaCam. I'm sure the statistics, if we see them, will be very one-sided. I thought Mark did a good job staying in it and trying to find his moments, but I was very impressed with so much of the shot selection right there from DondaddaCam. A veteran at this point, you know?
Right, it was like a mix-up of strikes, right? It wasn't just like consistent, like you were able to predict it. The way he went for like a fake takedown into like overhand to the elbows, going to clinch, he used every possible avenue to find his way like to dominate fight. And we can see the stats right here. Significant strikes, 57-26, even though the total strikes went in favor of AK, 92-91. The takedown, 7 out of 13. All the stats that you needed to have an advantage went in the way of Dondadda. So for him to finish off the season like that in dominant fashion when it came to takedown, came to the mix-up of strikes, that has to be very impressive in your eyes.
Oh yeah, so impressive. Everything he was throwing was for a purpose, and it was just all set up, well trained, good instincts. I love the takedown fake lead elbow. I just loved every strike he was throwing. I mean, he was just mixing it up so well. And then the threat of the takedown was there the entire time, and AK was still in the fight. He did not give up. I mean, even at the end there in the third round, you saw him connecting, hurting Dondadda, and Dondadda was like, all right, you know what? I'm not playing with fire. I'm not about to, you know, get my head taken off by Peter Yan here in the ESFL in front of this live audience. I'm going to go to the back. Perfect play, takes him down. Time runs out. Rear naked choke is the threat. And then Balian, I mean,
yeah,
this card is heated up, baby.
It is. Now we've got Naz filling in as well. It's going to be good. But yeah, based on the predictions as well, Cam was a 2-1 underdog as well. And put on a performance like that. So, but let's go. Ready for the next one, Kings?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, hey. The chat made those.
The predictions right. You always need to go for the underdog once or twice. So you never know what's going to happen. But this next fight, I could see a little 50-50 split right here as we're going into our fourth fight right now. NM Smudger, who is 2-1, going against OzzyKidd. Not really the most active type of fighters that we've seen this season, but so far, like when they were in there, they were able to put on the show. So, Rob, when you look at the scout report right here, what are you expecting in this welterweight battle?
All right, well, so OzzyKidd is another one of those fighters that is all over the scene and just fights so phenomenally, but you know he's gonna most likely pick Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz. He's a professional Nate player. But NM Smudger 2-1. I mean, his only loss is to Naz. So this guy is the real deal. He's good everywhere. So this is going to be a really exciting fight here tonight. Kingsley, I'm not really sure who's going to take this one, but it's going to be a good one. And here we go. Round number 1, we got Jorge. And there it is, Nate Diaz. And I love Jorge in this weight class.
Smudger is a real veteran as well. He's been around for a long time. OzzyKidd's been around as well. But yeah, great matchup between these two. It's going to be open stance the whole way through the fight. We're going to see like orthodox Muay Thai against like this awkward boxing that you get when you pick Nate, trying to really keep everything at the edge of those punches, at the edge of the reach. So the head movements from Smudger is going to really need to be on point, as is the kicks to the body and to the legs as well, 100%.
Absolutely. Smudger on the left side using Jorge Masvidal. OzzyKidd using Nate Diaz on the right. So far, mostly a boxing match. No one has really used any kicks yet, but we're seeing a couple of slips so far. Body shots landing. Oh, but a good, nice little stiff jab onto the face of Smudger. Smudger needs to find a way. Gets able to get a body shot kick to disrupt the momentum, but OzzyKidd's strategy is just try to use that body to open up the head a little bit more.
Oh man, OzzyKidd is picking him apart here. Just beautiful. And when you use a fighter as much as when you singularly use one fighter, Balian, I mean, your range, your shot selection, you're so in tune with the athlete, the neurological athlete, as Robin Black once said. And I mean, he's just looking phenomenal opening up this round with Nate Diaz.
100%, yeah, man. Especially when you know how to use that fighter and you have a specific animation set like you do with Nate, and you can really tell he knows the perfect distance and speed that 1-2 comes out from the first time he timed it on the approach there as Smudger was coming forward. So good use of that, and then really good use of just piecing him up right at the edge of that reach as well. Smudger having a hard time really kind of figuring out where it starts and where it ends. You can tell he's trying to slip to the outside there, but he mistimed on it, got hit, and then got ripped up to the body when he tried to press forward again as well. So, Smudger's got time. He's not getting beaten so badly yet. He's out of this fight. Ooh, he's got time to find shots that are going to land, like that head kick on the open side. That was great timing.
Yeah, very excellent timing. I feel like the way Ozzy is just piecing out the body. You can see the marks already on the body of Jorge Masvidal has just pinpointed how much deadly damage Ozzy is doing so far. Balian, going to you. What's over under how many slaps we get in this fight? I want to say like 2, 3.
I don't know.
What are we saying?
I mean, I never throw the slap out there, but he might throw 1 or 2. It starts a bit of a disrespect war, I think, Rob, right?
Stockton mother.
There we go. This is good work though. Now trying to set up the rear left hook, getting away from the 1-2 a little bit, noticing that the head movement's coming. Lead hook's going to be really paramount if he can get that over the top of the jab in hand. But I love the body work from Ozzy, and Smudger not really committed to the body work. Tough to do when you're at a reach disadvantage, especially when you're really being kept on the outside. Some of the body kicks might help, especially that really high level switch kick to the body, or the 2 and then the lead kick to the body. But we haven't seen any of that from Smudger so far.
Yeah, it's just what OzzyKidd is doing is just stacking dominoes, right? He's stacking dominoes onto the body damage. So when it gets to the later rounds, when it goes to the stamina, he's able to knock that stack down and just crumble the body of his opponent. And look at the bloody nose and the bloody chest of Smudger. Smudger needs to find a way to like get his slips going as we're going to the second round right here. It just seems like OzzyKidd, that's a good shot to the body, but it just can't be one and done. I feel like he needs to consistently get in there and find a way to disrupt that distance game. But he's doing such a great job right there, Rob.
Oh, that was huge by Smudger. Some big shots with the powerful Masvidal there. It's just like, you know, OzzyKidd's just doing a good job interrupting everything Smudger's doing with the 1-2 as Smudger lands the 1-2. But yeah, OzzyKidd's just been so nice and putting on that pressure and just connecting. But this round, you're telling Smudger, you could tell Smudger's kind of holding his ground, stationary shots, and starting to let his hands fly a little bit too, which is very important because he was getting beat up in round number 1. He needs to start elevating himself a little bit.
A little bit the problem that Smudger's having is that he'll plant on the outside to slip and counter, but the distance he needs to be to slip is outside the range of his own punches. So he'll slip, but then he won't be in range to counter, and OzzyKidd can still plant and keep throwing. And that's the problem with having this reach disadvantage and trying to stand your base and slip and bang. So, I mean, he's going to have to try and make adjustments. He is doing a good job coming down the middle as well, as Ozzy's coming forward occasionally, but the body work is accumulating, as I said before, and he's landed a couple of those liver kicks now, more kicks to the body than Smudger's been able to land this round.
And you know what's funny about it is we saw a lower third saying like total strike percentage, it was like 38 to 34, so it was like close by, but it doesn't look close when you visualize it, and you see Smudger just getting hit and just has like a crimson chest of his own blood, while OzzyKidd, he's doing a lot of damage, but I'm scared of the fact that he might get caught if he goes a little bit too aggressive against his opponent. I like what he's doing with the piece up, but with 2:15 left in the second round, if it goes to a war, Smudger might have a chance to just brawl his way back into this fight here, Rob.
Yeah, you know, the shots that Smudger does land, I mean, you can see the power, the head health is pretty even, but I mean, OzzyKidd just has Smudger's head looking like a bobblehead out there, just is going all those sorts of directions. He just bing, 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 bing. And also, he's Nate Diaz. He's got the stamina, Balian, and he's working the body in. Ooh, down goes Smudger Balian.
Yeah, whenever OzzyKidd starts the combos with the 2, he's doing loads of damage. He went 2-3 there. He's gone 2-1-2 a couple of times. It's working out for him as well because that interrupts that long straight first before anything can come back. And now the body work is really going to start causing problems for Smudger because he's going to want to defend high and low. Ozzy can hit wherever he wants. He does need to be careful though, because Smudger has landed some good shots, like you said, and he's taken some chunks of that head health off. It's only going to take one good one, especially when the stamina drops like that from Ozzy because he's overextending on his own combos. But trying to load up and slip and rip is a dangerous strategy here, man. 30 seconds left in the second round.
Danger is the name of the game with 25 seconds left in the second round. Any opponent could be dangerous in this situation, as we've seen the combinations coming in from OzzyKidd. OzzyKidd just whips. It gets hit with the head. The head held is blinking, running for his life. But Nate Diaz has the range, has the reach, disrupting that body, and he will survive. And keyword survive that second round to go into a third round. Smudger is on his very last legs here.
Oh, Smudger's walking back to his stool with stanky legs, and you saw that beautiful sidestep on that spinning back kick, Balian, and then he just detonated on him. And Smudger's getting his booty whooped right now, but he needs to figure out a way to land that power. But OzzyKidd is just all over him right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think he took too much damage early, really. I mean, he could still win this fight, obviously, but there was a lot of damage done early before he could really find a strategy that was going to work. And, you know, it's hard to outbox a guy when the guy's got a longer reach than you. 100%. I would like to have seen more kicks from Smudger. The wheel kicks and stuff is big because he needs it. But right now he's still boxing and getting pieced up with this long style that Ozzy brings to the table with Nate Diaz.
This is brutal.
I thought it was going to be a kitchen sink moment. It seemed like he was going to move forward and probably try to go for an uppercut for Smudger. But Smudger, so far, he's getting combinations. But the body, the stack of dominoes finally collapsed. And that's what you get as OzzyKidd dominates the body and gets the victory in the ESFL PlayStation finale.
Man.
Oh, that was a beautiful body shot right there. Just detonated on, landed the TNT shot, Balian, buckled him.
And he started it with a 2. He went 2, jab, and then he came back on the opposite side and came back to it. So although we see a three-piece there, but it was a beautiful body shot, yeah, to the liver. He was throwing the rear uppercut, so that's a lot of vulnerability right there from Smudger, which is why this crushed. And they kind of exchanged on it, but yeah, he'd already done a ton of damage to the body. We said that from the start, didn't we? He was targeting the body, you know, and you know, I'm sure Smudger was trying to hit the body as well, but again, like when you're at that reach disadvantage and you're just boxing, it's really, really hard to overcome sometimes if you're not able to slip and counter big, especially if they start targeting the body. You have to reach the body of the longer guy. You know, it's really, really difficult to do. So unfortunately, I would like to see more leg kicks from you, Smudger. You know, you're in chat. I know everything I throw just disappeared, apparently. Yeah, he got caught down the middle with the speed of Diaz and the distance management from Ozzy.
So very important note, because I'm looking at the chat, and like I saw someone literally said like OzzyKidd had 0 chance to win that fight. So whoever that was, I hope you show up in the chat and just like defend yourself, because apparently he was a 9-1 underdog in the prediction chat. So you always want to just go off of vibes. You could take a little bit moment, just try to check out do a little bit of research before you make some assumptions. But that's why we're here in ESFL. We love the unpredictability. We got words right. Live here on Twitch and on YouTube. Again, guys, this is our PlayStation 5 Season 2 finale. We got words right as we're keeping along with these amazing fights. We're happy that you're here with us as we're getting ready for our next fight, which is sure to be another big one. Someone's undefeated in this contest, and that's BK Maxi going against AKA MG. Both guys have been stars of this season, and we're looking to see what they could do, and also another welterweight division fight here, Rob.
Yeah, here we go. And AKA MG will earn the $20 Boilers bonus with this 5th win if he gets this. So money in the bag possibly in this fight. But let's go. Here we go. We got Jack Della Maddalena. And I didn't see the guy on the right, Bailey. And who's he fighting against?
Yeah, there as well. I want to say, by the way, guys, on Twitch right now, we are 50 followers away from 10,000 followers, which would be a big milestone as we have to restart this fight anyway. So if you've got any friends, or if you watch a lot and you haven't followed for any reason, you know, 50 hitting 10K would be really, really awesome, especially at the end of the season. I don't know if we'll do it today, but if we do, that'll be crazy. So
yeah, and speaking of the end of the season, along with like being subscribing on YouTube and following on Twitch and just being all around ESFL on our socials and joining our Discord, so you could be a part of future fights in the future when we sign up for cards. Well, let's give a shout out to the Boiler bonuses that we had so far in this season. This would be a perfect time to do it. We had K1 Bum, K1 Vuk, Jazim, Cook, Lionus, Versatile, Carnalito, and Ziggy all getting $28 for just participating and being in 5 events of being consistently in the ESFL. So if you ever want to be a part of that, be a part of the Boiler bonus, all you have to do is sign up and just be respectful or representable in the community, and well, you know, you could get a little bit of a change of that, Rob.
Yeah, you know, you got money in the pocket. Maybe go get a little, you know, Starbucks coffee, you know, so you can smoke people on the OWC. But we're coming back in, guys. The fight is on your screens. We're at 177 ping. It's going to be a good one, Bailey, and let's get it. Let's get it.
177 is not great, but, you know, it's adjustable. This is a matchup that we will hopefully get to see at some point in real life, maybe, if Usman keeps putting on good performances. But Della Maddalena, real smooth with the boxing. You've got the nice jab, though, from Usman as well. So we'll see who moves forward in this one. Both guys need to watch their block because there's going to be a lot of volume coming out.
Yeah, it's not only the seller like 1 to 2s going straight up, but like Kamaru Usman's hooks are deadly. I remember him from like UFC 3. His hooks have always been deadly, always been like a block breaker for these type of fights. So for Maxi, who is undefeated, who wants to be 3-0 for the next upcoming season, he needs to put on a big show with Kamaru Usman, because since we've seen him in the ESFL ranks. But for MG, using Delvedana, who's a champion using those uppercuts, he was looking to put on a show and maybe take someone's hoe and making sure that has to go. But so far, Rob, both guys are coming in hot and heavy with the combinations. So we see a fake takedown right there.
Oh, they're coming in hot and heavy. Kingsley and Maxi really doing a good job of fake takedowning, but this time he hooking. He's not throwing the elbow, he's hooking, but you're also seeing his opponent throwing some really good shots. These guys have had some nice exchanges on the inside. MG doing well.
Nice time in there. I mean, they've been mirroring each other quite a lot. I like that MG's going to the body, but Maxi's been throwing a few uppercuts to read that. Returns with a nice lead body hook of his own here as well. Defense, this fight is all about for both guys, really. I think it's who's got the better defense. They've got so many similar tools on the feet in terms of where their stats are allocated in their hands. It's going to be interesting to see who's got the better slips and who's also landing to the body a little more, things like that. Because really, they're mirroring a lot. There's a long right hook, but a little straight tags him back. Knees. Now, clinch strikes for Usman is a big weapon as well that we don't see very often. So if he can keep mixing those up, that'll help as well. But trade the hooks there, and the DondaddaCam right hook gets the better of it.
Yeah, and it's all good data, right? You always want to put some on tape to get your opponent to think one way to another. Like, not only you have to worry about the stick skills, you have to worry about the mental ability, the mental warfare when it comes to a fight like this, especially when it's a highly touted fight. It's both guys trying to go for a pull right there with 138 left in this first round. MG still playing a little bit of a counter puncher aspect, trying to back up as a little bit much as he can, try to play a little bit of the outside, while Maxi still staying comfortable in the center. Just wants to be calm. Into the body with a nice left hook, and that would disrupt a little bit of the stamina right there, Rob.
Oh, yeah, that's a disruptor. Nice pull body shot. MG trying to recover, bouncing around with Jack Della Maddalena, kind of standing his ground, kind of just eating shots and throwing shots through the barrage from Mr. Maxi. Don't know if that's a good game plan. He's starting to get chipped away here, Bailey, and he's got an eye injury as well.
Man, when did this become a boxing league? Do you know what I mean? Like, like guys, kick him in the leg, dude. Like, the leg is right there. Both guys are planting. Usman doesn't have that as near as well as Jack has in the back pocket. So some inside calf kicks would change the game right now, especially if he's starting to plant. Teeps were working for both guys a little bit earlier as well. There's a nice lead uppercut because the boxing is working, and there's more work. Nice slip, though, that keeps him in the fight. Like, the boxing's working, but kick, man. There's so many more targets these guys can open up to.
Hey, for him, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. MG is doing such a nice job, as we're going to see on the replay right here. Even though he gets hit with those hooks, have been very sufficient for for Maxi. I want to see what can he possibly do to go for the legs, go for the bite. Is he going to just keep it staying boxing, or will he change up his strategy? Because we saw him go for fake takedowns. He needs to do a little bit more and try to avoid these kind of trades right here, because these uppercuts, even though you're using them, if you're in the wrong distance, you could get pieced up. As we see, both guys are going for a brawl right here in the start of the second round here, Rob.
Yeah, they're in the phone booth right now, and then Usman is just throwing some shots at MG, really testing that block, and MG's like standing his ground with Jack Della Maddalena. Very exciting fight. This time he just throws him to the ground. Nice Goldberg-like spear takedown, and now with Usman on top, that's where you want to be in the second round. Usman's got some good top game. Bailey on.
Yeah, or do this. This is definitely a great way to mix things up. But he's standing up. I cannot believe he's standing up. Boo! Well, he didn't have much stamina. Perhaps that's in his mind. He didn't want to tussle on the ground too much and burn the gas tank in a way that he couldn't control as easily. But back to the feet for Maxi. MG gets slipped, though, with a forward-moving jab, and that's just a beautiful overhand counter. So, yeah, maybe there's a game plan we don't know about. Another takedown into the bail, onto the back. Good break there from MG. Another takedown. Lovely. Beautiful work from Maxi. Do not get up.
See, that's what you forget. Like, the first one was just to set everything up. Now, this is where the real groundwork happens right here. As he's staying in the half guard position, I want to see how many denials does it take for him to, like, stand back up. Will he try to stay here as long as possible? Because he has plenty of time. We're at the halfway point of this fight right here. Into side control, using those elbows, a tried and true situation for any ESFL fighter. But for MG, how patient do you have to be? Do you try to force the issue? Because now posture up, he's scoring a lot of points right here, Rob.
Yeah, you have to be really confident, really patient, and just determined and make reads on the ground. It's a chess match down here, Kingsley, and you're seeing a nice fake on top from Maxi. He goes to side control, but the deny from the bottom. He has the grapple advantage. He's trying to build it up, and this is where he can make a play, but he just lets it go.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot it was me then for a second.
No worries.
Yeah, I love the top game. The pressure, though. 90 seconds left in this. Now we get the full mount. 4 points, please. Oh, great get up, though, from MG. Super sneaky. And here, we'll see what he can do with the last 90 seconds lead up off the slip back to the body as well. But where's the combo and follow up? Not there. And that is the beautiful takedown. That's going to do damage. That's definitely going to secure the round. It's going to drain his stamina a little bit as well, though, Kingsley.
So we had like a spear from Bill Goldberg. Then we had like a Mr. Perfect, perfect flex. And this whole, like, we're going from boxing to grappling to wrestling, like all around.
I don't know what any of those moves are, dude, that you just said. Like,
That's what I'm here for, to open up the eyes of the ESFL. But right now, with 30 seconds left, we see Maxi. This is what he wants to do. Maybe he gets another pass route opportunity. He has plenty of time to do it, but seems like he's comfortable just working on the head. Maybe get that doctor's badge already to ours, maybe the red. But Rob, for him, these rounds were not really that close, or could be close. It's hard to judge a fight like this.
Yeah, I think that round definitely goes to Maxi. You know, he threw him down, controlled him in half guard, landed some sharp razor-like elbows, chopped up the face a little bit, made a little souffle, and MG is, I mean, it's only 5 significance to 6, but yeah, I mean, you know, Maxi stacking rounds, and now MG really got to worry about that takedown now, so that's going to be in his mind while he's trying to defend against these Usman bombs, Balian.
Yeah, Usman, when he goes southpaw like this, Maxi's looking for the big left hand, you know, possibly that slip overhand that he was throwing earlier, or that left hook as well. So that's all that he really needs to watch out for, MG, is that big left hand. He can try and bait it out a little bit, which he did right there. Beautiful, stepped out of range, but came back with a combination. But MG has tons of stamina, and I think he needs to really pull the trigger in this round. There's tons of times where he'll counter with just 2 punches, and then he'll stop. I really want to see him open up right now. He needs to hit the body. He needs to come back up high. He needs to throw and wind up big, because he really needs to take this round if he wants this fight.
Absolutely. And when he landed, he had 50% total strike landed, and he continues on the momentum right there to 39 as Maxi looking at his undefeated streak, possibly going out of the windows as he's trying to get back in. But the slips, the dips don't matter towards an uppercut as MG feels the momentum. He has plenty of time to work towards it, but he's not pressing forward. He's still staying back. He wants to be a little bit patient right there. Do you agree with that, Rob?
I agree. MG's throwing absolute bombs, and they are detonating on Usman right now, and you can see the confidence kind of waiting. Straight down he goes. Maxi on the way down. MG on top.
Beautiful job. Yeah, Maxi staying composed, lines up his shot. Another one, 4 stuns in 1 round. Surely there's no way. There's no way he can stay in this. He did clip MG. He did it again. What a comeback so far. A takedown. He's going to get top position as well. Side control. Some damage coming, but man, I don't know who's going to be up this round. Lots of stuns, but was there a knockdown? I don't remember if there was. I know Maxi just got one.
It went back and forth like a tennis match. It just seemed like it was a rock after rock. I don't think we saw a true knockdown yet, but Maxi has to be counting his lucky stars that he's on sprawl position right here on the top, because he cannot let his opponent back up. He got very scared for a hot second, and with 125 left, he's getting closer and closer to stand back up. He needs to claw for his life to take him back down, and he does it. Here we go. 1:13 left. MG is trying to find the uppercut. He knows he wants to get close. He needs to press forward. Maxi striving for his life to keep his undefeated streak. 1 minute left. Getting closer and closer, trying to go for the looks. So uppercut not landing fully, trying to go back and forth with Rob. This is very pressure cooker moment.
Yes, it is. MG could feel the momentum shifting in his favor in this 3rd round. Even though Maxi got a knockdown, he couldn't hold Jack down, and now he's coming forward. Blood flowing out of that eyeball for MG, but MG with 20 seconds, he's got to land something. He does. Drops him against the cage. Oh my God. He's going to let some free shots here.
Man,
this could be it here. This could be it.
No way.
5
seconds.
4, 3, 2.
Oh my God, he got it.
What a finish.
Wow. Takes the victory. He got pieced up in the early rounds, but don't underestimate the heart of an underdog. He takes that undefeated streak and says, your soul is mine, and he will take it for the next season as he gets the victory there, Balian.
Man, I mean, what a comeback. Oh, that's a beautiful right hook there. That looks beautiful. Covered in blood as well, dude. Jab, and then full extension. The hands come down. I guess he was just letting it go. But, I mean, when you look back on that first round, it was pretty close, but there was some work done. And then, I mean, the second round, obviously, I don't think MG took that. But, man, I mean, what a way to come back. We knew he had to finish. I mean, we said it. Like, he has to have a big 3rd round. Didn't let it go to the judges. I wonder if we'll see the stats as well. But beautiful fight.
Yeah, and Rob, before you jump in, it was just like the uppercuts that started it off, right? He hit landed 1, 2, 3, got some rocks. But the instead of going for like those cage where you're like able to uppercut him like while his back is to the cage, the fact that him went to a posture up with 10 seconds left to finish the job, how risky is that to do? Because he could have easily lost the fight right there, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, he had to do that because full mount position, I mean, he's got to get the win. So, and that full mount position is dangerous, you know? So that last shot was able just to put his lights out, and that was just phenomenal. And that's why the Esports Fight League is so freaking amazing, because moments like that, I mean, how many moments do we have like that, Bailey, where we're just like, our jaws are dropped to the floor
at least
when we're watching
once
these fights?
Card. What are you talking about? It's at least once a card, always. The judges scored that 1 round apiece, so it really wasn't that third and final round. I don't know if they're still here. Can we see the third round scoring? Just because I know there was a lot of damage done on MG's side, but you know, he did get dropped as well. I don't know. We're going to see it. So they do hear me. So yeah, it was a knockdown that was counted earlier on for Maxi, but MG also had got a knockdown earlier on or one since then. So yeah, he was going to win on the scorecards anyway, it looks like, to make it slightly less dramatic for you. But it was still fantastic to see it happen anyway. So there we go.
So wait, which round did MG win? Was it the second round? Because it was significant strikes, so like it was 1-1, but the takedowns you would think would be in Maxi's favor. So
no, he won the first round. Yeah.
First round. Okay. So either way,
he was in the red corner, right?
Yeah. So
that's right.
Crazy back and forth fight. Crazy. That's what we love to see in the ESFL. We love seeing crazy fights, but we also love comebacks and just tightly contested bouts. We love to see it, but we're gonna keep on going on because we're almost towards the halfway mark of this whole ESFL Season 2 PlayStation 5 card, which has been absolutely amazing. We hope you guys have been loving it, and you know, that could be a potential fight of the night, because we had so many great Fight Night performances before. To shout them out, let's go through the list. From ESFL 177, we had Bum versus Driz. Bum had the benefit of getting that Fight Night. We had Wicked versus Elite King, B3 Samurai versus Henza, AK versus WYD Fee, Cook versus Davey H. And then our last one for our last card was Lionus versus Versal. Me and you, Rob, we called that card. We lost our freaking minds. So the fact that we were able to see that again, I'm so excited to see what else is going to be happening to the future of this card here, Rob.
I mean, we still have Nas, you know, secretly sneaking his way back into this card, and GOAT1099, but they're not fighting each other. It's just so much drama here in the Esports Fight League. It's going to be awesome. But up next, who do we have, Kingsley? Someone special. And his name is Henza.
This is a great one. Henza is going to be in, but he's going against K1 Pain, another one, K1 person who's going to be in here. Both guys are 2-1 in the stature, and when you look at the people that they defeated Samurai, Amazon, Joe Goldberg, who put on an amazing show earlier on this card. Both guys are looking to like climb up the ladder a little bit. They're reaching at the top 15, but they want to go to that top 10. They want to go to that top 5, and it's such a hard road to climb here, Bailey, especially in the middleweight division. I want to say it's just like there's so many highly talented competitors when it comes to the ESFL. What do you think these guys are looking to show in this type of contest, especially with these fighters?
Well, you got to show a way to finish fights, you know, whether that's with your ability to slip and counter or land devastating shots like flying knees and head kicks, or even just be able to accumulate damage quickly, whether that's from like ground and pound. You know, we don't see many guys chase submissions, but you know, if you're going to go in there and bang it out and go toe to toe, it's obviously impressive, but then, you know, it's difficult to do that against the tough guys. But if you can find a way to consistently finish, then that obviously stands out as well.
Absolutely, and we'll see if any of these guys can stand out. As already we see a front kick whipping, and we see Pain on the left side using Izzy Adesanya able to capitalize on that punishment. Meanwhile, Henza finding his way back, get some nice combinations using Robert Whitaker in the green trunks. And so far, we see a little bit of a different. It's not mostly just combinations, maybe going for those home run hits that we're seeing so far. But Rob, going to you, what are you expecting from this kind of pressure cooker situation that Pain is putting his opponent in?
I mean, VPain looks like he's locked in early. He already got that kick. He cracked him with that little slip hook earlier and sent Whitaker flying back towards the cage, and he's on him right now. But Henza kind of cooking a little bit here now. He's starting to stay stationary and landing some shots too, Bailey. And so it's a back and forth exchange early.
Henza's got really good timing. He every time, you know, he's getting stepped towards. Every time VPain's moving forward, Henza is seeing a way he can counter, like right there, 2 down the middle. Then he'll roll underneath and come back to the body. So I really like Henza's shot selection and the way he's able to find the homes for the shots. But the problem is sometimes the shots are just whiffing, sometimes they're out of range. And when that happens, VPain is able to keep moving forward. And because he's moving forward, he's generally landing as well. So yeah, interesting. Stiff arm retreat there, though. And like you said, Kingsley, it's not often we see an aggressive Israel Adesanya, but I do think the moment he starts going backwards, Henza, a player with this much timing and a good ability to see where the openings are, he's going to start picking them apart.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw Pain. He was able to land like great hooks. That's the 4th hook he landed to like great succession. And now he's pulling back. The president is stepping back. He is piecing them up every single time, but needs to watch out for now. The body shot with the leg, that's going to be real. He blocked it a little bit, but I want to see if Henza, what can he do to adapt? He's working the knees, he's working to buy a little bit more, which might be his avenue to like get back in this fight with 130 left here, Rob.
Nice.
Yeah, VPain is, I mean, he slipped to that left side at least 4 times now, so maybe Henza makes that read, throwing that right hook, but you're also seeing VPain's ability to hit that back step with precision, so this guy's got a lot of movement, and he's very reactive, so, you know, Henza's got to be careful not to get hit by that back step straight. So yeah, it's interesting that VPain is controlling the octagon against Whitaker here.
Really good job to make the adjustment because Henza is standing still and trying to slip counter. So for VPain to step in, throw, and then know that he's going to be stationary when he counters, to know that he can slide out and the shot's going to come and he'll pull it. That was just really nice. So again, it just shows that he's thinking a step ahead of what the reaction from Henza is going to be, so he can counter the reaction with that step back. But I agree, if he keeps slipping off the left-hand side, when he's throwing his head right into that right hook, he needs to maybe think about that. If he goes southpaw, it's a bit of a different story. So we're going to roll under or back round now as well, or just pull back like before. So we'll see, but good first round. I liked it from both guys. Really nice.
Yeah, with that kind of round, it kind of like reminds you of like the details of this fight game, the details in the ESFL where every little move has to matter. You can't just throw something out and just expect it to work. It's just like the details, like look at this, a slip into the hook, opening up his opponent that we're seeing right there. Hopefully we'll get to see a little bit more as we're having technical difficulties on their side, but we're back into it in the second round. I'm looking to see who is going to make that one mistake right here as we're seeing both guys being the center of this octagon right here. We know that Pain, he's going to be a little bit more aggressive. He wants to land those hooks, but will the body shots from Henza and those counter slips that he's working with, could that be the answer to the pressure that he's getting?
Possibly in another round where he's just kind of pressing Henza backwards and Henza's trying to fight and figure out how to stop this VPain train, and he's doing a good job hitting some of these shots. He's moving pretty well, but man, VPain is just really putting on the pressure. A lot of in and out footwork as well, staying loose and limber out there, Balian.
Yeah, Henza's also backing up as well, though. Now he's moving forward, but he is sliding back a lot, which is why the pressure's coming. Now he's deciding, okay, I'm enough of that, which I think is a good idea because moving forward against a longer fight is always going to be way easier than being on the back foot. But I agree, VPain's putting on the pressure, lead uppercut, extending the combination to a 3-piece there, which landed for him. Henza looking for the 1 and 2 counter shots. Good work to the body. That's going to set everything up. And there's the leg kicks, which he threw one out earlier on. But the problem is now there's a lot of pressure that's coming, and a lot of that lead side damage has got through. That Kopf, the head health, is going down.
Yeah, it seems like hooks and uppercuts have been the true money moves from Pain. And I want to see if Whitaker, if his opponent, Henza, I want to see if he uses those body shots and those leg kicks to just like gain a little bit of distance, but also come forward. Because if he goes in just like punching forward, he's going to get pieced up. Right there, he gets hit with an uppercut right there. Not really much damage. But those body shots, those jabs still will stack a lot of punishment.
That was
but
nice.
Those muscles, those punishments, it's just working really well so far, Rob.
Yeah, VPain is in full control, I feel like, in round number 2. Really making Henza think. That jab lead uppercut was nasty. He's still slipping and throwing that hook, but he's landing it. There's the little stiff arm retreat, and just that uppercut all night for VPain has been connecting.
Let's go for overhead.
Oh, beautiful timing. He's done so much damage, he might be able to finish him right here. He's hitting the block all on the same side, though. I guess maybe thumb's got a little stuck. Just spam the hook. Comboing through that, he might have actually broken through and done some more damage. May have got slipped as well, but we'll see what he can do. Nice deny here from the bottom and into the armbar straight away. I like to see that stamina advantage as well. He's going to struggle through. Let's see what happens. He should be able to throw that up. Yeah, that should be in. Oh, no, it's not. I guess no. Oh, I thought he had the stamina. I guess not.
No, it seemed like it was very close. It seemed like he had like a sliver, but he just able to slip out at the perfect timing. But with 35 seconds left, this has to be perfect for Pain, because at least if you could try to get the elbow right here, good denial. That stamina is low for Izzy. Izzy, we know he's not good on the ground game. Gets another denial. This is just stagnant with 15 seconds left. Just hitting his head like a pinball machine with those elbows every single time. And you know, even though you got hit a little bit, dude, that's a great result for Henza, able to get back, especially getting those total strikes landing and significant strikes to his favor.
Oh yeah, he was shredding them. He was dicing them up in there, and that was about 7 just slasher elbows for Mr. Henza as we go into round number 3. In the replay, we're just gonna see that right hand just over the top, just connects the bomb Bailey and just drops him, and the momentum back in Henza's corner as we go to round number 3.
That's just kind of a trade there, really, right? With just the extra damage winning. I mean, the one in front of the hook is gonna add a little bit to the power of that, because it's like a combo right on top. But yeah, he is moving forward into the right hand as well. But it just goes to show it only takes one shot to really even change the landscape, you know. And then of course you need the ground game. So many fighters we've seen today get up. The side control held down from Henza, was doing a good job draining the long-term stamina with some of the denials in there, as well as the elbows, which have cut him up now. We've got orange on the doctor's stoppage side, so don't know if it will play into it, but this is the third and final round. The damage on that left-hand side and on the nose has been big, and there's the lead uppercut right there off the straight. Nice work. Go into it, tripling up, quadrupling up 4 times. Why not? From Henza, but that's a great tool to stop that forward pressure as VPain stepping in.
Yeah, just every single bit. Block gauge, head health is just all blinking when it just gets touched a little bit. Tries to go for overhand, Henza does, but I want to see, oh, good, vicious counter knee from Henza, but I want to see what can Pain do. He had the hooks, he had the uppercuts. I just want to get a little bit more creative. Maybe try to go for a head kick. Maybe try to disrupt his opponent's momentum, not try to be predictable with shots. As he lands an uppercut landing, and Pain might have a chance. He's able to get his opponent knocked down, but what can he do more? He has the momentum back on his side. Oh, but the pull right there and the hook landing.
Beautiful stuff here by VPain, just block breaking Henza just clinically, and Henza is trying to find his rhythm here in round number 3 at the midpoint. He's got to stop this VPain pressure, but the head movement, connects with the lead uppercut. Henza's stats are blinking, though. His block gauge is low, his head health is low, and that's why he's going for that takedown, and he completes it.
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, listen, you could tell, Robin, you could tell it as you were calling it. He was under pressure. He was slipping, but he didn't have enough health left to fire back to put himself in pain, because if he took 1 or 2 shots, he was going down again. The best thing he could have done was level change, and it was a beautiful leg. He pushed all the way through on it. Not sure what happened, because usually that's just a standard block, but just followed all the way through, dragged him down. Now in sprawl, and he let it go. Perhaps Henza was just a bit too focused on getting the damage, because usually that's fairly full mount buster coming. Nice slip off to the side, though. Block is all the way down. Henza would not have survived that.
Yeah, but he needs to survive this situation, because right now he got denied of going to the other situation, but he's able to get back up. So here we go. 1:15 left. Both guys need to find a way to get their strikes in. Who's going to make that one mistake? Who's going to slip the wrong way and get hit with a vicious knockout with 1 minute left? Henza has been working so hard with the striking, but the head kick not landing for Pain. Pain gets hit as he gets pulled away from possibly a victory. 40 seconds left. Stamina fairly low. Trying to use the kitchen sink. The overhand landing from Henza. Henza possibly trying to go for a second, gets pushed away here. Who is gonna get that deadly shot? Who is gonna get that final pull here, Rob? Oh, the knee!
VPain is flying knee down goes Henza, and VPain needed that. He's gonna try to go for the finish, and he's not gonna get it. What a fight!
Dude, that was an insane way to finish that fight right there. I mean, that overhand knockdown was just because he had no block or head health left. There was no stamina left at all in Henza, but there was no stats left either, so he just fell down. And VPain gets the win there. Fantastic job, man. I mean, dude, what a freaking war that was. So back and forth. And yeah, dude, I mean, that last round, he was doing a lot of work, but that flying knee may have clutched it for him. I don't know.
It was the flying knee, but I think he also got like a second knockdown in that 3rd round, so that could have been changing the whole equation. It could have been 1-1 going to that third round, but that's why you can never fully leave it to judges. We saw Henza, he was having some great success in that, like, a little bit of the third round in the earlier parts, but the fact that he kind of let his foot off the gas, I think it was something that you said, Bailey, like he was on the ground game, but like that reversal from the sprawl kind of changed everything for him.
Yeah,
and it's go downhill with that fight.
Yeah, he'll look back on that one and be like, oh man, I should have stopped that side control, right? Because Rob, that's a pretty, it's not an easy transition, but it is an easy transition to stop because it's like an obvious transition, right?
Yeah, for sure. That was a mistake, and VPain's capitalized on it. And at the end, though, was it Whitaker that he was able to get up too, and VPain's was not able to deny that. So that was an interesting back and forth fight. That was both guys were making kind of like these little mistakes out there under the pressure of the ESFL lights. But wow, I mean, these fights are insane tonight, boys.
Yeah.
Great fights.
We had like what, maybe 2 back-to-back fight of the night contenders already. I'm excited to see if we can continue on this streak, because this fight card is getting a little bit interesting. We thought the prelims were really good. Now we're getting to real serious stuff, ladies and gentlemen, because right now we're in a top 10 matchup. It's going to be Ziggy Boy, who is 3-3, going against Jazim, who is also 3-3. So someone has to be above 500 going to the next season. And you know what, for a finale, this is something that you always want to ask for. You want to see someone who wants to claw their way out of the middle of the pack and try to reach out for that spotlight. So in the welterweight division here, Rob, what are we looking to see from these both fighters?
I'm looking to see pain, and I'm looking to see some hype, you know, from these two, because it looks like Nick Diaz is going to be the selection for Jazim from the Strike Force Ultra Ego 2010. I mean, that's exciting, and hopefully Jorge Masvidal's, I mean, these guys are going to go in there and throw down technically and strategically.
Prime Nick Diaz, bro. Strike Force era Diaz. That's beautiful stuff right there. Against Masvidal as well, you know, we saw this matchup earlier. This is some revenge for Masvidal, perhaps, but picking up Masvidal versus Nate, there is a longer reach there from Nate, so there was really a significant disadvantage because of the commitment to box versus Nate. So if he does lock in Masvidal, he can probably get away with boxing a little more in this one. But again, I'd love to see the kicking game get incorporated, because it wasn't last time. If you look at Jazim's losses, you know, he's only really lost to the best guys. He's 3-3, but he's lost to Treehouse, Romero, and Vader, and they're all really, really good guys. But like you said, both 3-3, and on the season finale here, ready to put on a show. So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, here we go. This one is going to be a big one for the rankings. Jazim on the left side using Nick Diaz. Ziggy Boy using Jorge Masvidal. As we said before, range game is not going to be any different, but the uppercuts are landing. And a funny D2. Oh, Ziggy Boy is not wasting any time. He wants to get the action started real quick. And now that black gauge and the head health being fairly low, but a nice counter body shot from Jazim. Jazim needs to get on his connections, because right now he's getting aggressive on the shots.
Yo, Bailey, and you seen these combinations from freaking Ziggy Boy, just straight to the body, lead hook, just top, bottom, top, upstairs, downstairs, upstairs, pop, pop, pop. I mean, it's looking real good here from Ziggy Boy early.
Yeah, and Ziggy Boy's doing 3 things we didn't see from the Masvidal pick last time. He's throwing the flying knee early, he's comboing down to the body, and he's throwing the kicks. So, like, already this is great work from Ziggy, but half a gas tank on the stamina burnt out there. Here comes Jazim taking advantage. 1 shot landed to the body, but these are the moments he can press forward and get Ziggy to back up just a little bit as well.
Yeah, and we'll have to see what's going to happen. As we're having a little bit technical difficulties on their side. Hopefully we can see a little bit more of the action. As we see an overhand right there. Not really fully connecting. Jazim able to get a nice block right there. And still staying more of the center of the octagon. Masvidal, Ziggy, still patient. Tries to get hit to the body, and hopefully he tries to cover up that body a little bit more, right? Like he had so much success with the flying knee. He was able to get the combinations going. It's just like his main worry has to be the body, right?
Yeah. You got to watch the body. And he's getting cracked to the body as Ziggy Boy comes forward, plods forward with that body hook. You're seeing, and he's mixing up well, because the body hook, you're thinking about it, and then boom, you throw that uppercut. Such a nice way to mix it up. And another one, oh man, Bailey, these body uppercuts are just devastating.
Yeah, and Ziggy really knows when to throw one shot and when to throw 3 shots. And he's not overthrowing when he should be. And he's, you know, throwing the single shots when they're the most effective. But I think Juicy is doing, I'm calling him Juicy now. Juicy's doing a good job. He's doing a good job staying patient. He's got tons of recovery with Diaz. He's not taking loads of damage and he's getting that gas tank down. This is a good first round if you're a Diaz player because you've not taken a huge amount. You've got a lot of offense out. That's slightly worse. And the body shots, that's not really that tags Ziggy and gives it straight back, and all this body damage and stamina damage can get added on top as well.
Like, you get one, now I'll take one, and then we'll just go back and forth and just create a little bit of a brawl. But with 1:06 left in this contest, both guys are swinging for the fences as the range has to be a little bit difficult to gauge a little bit because Ziggy Boy, he wants to come in closer. He wants to use his combinations as he lands with a nice slip into a hook to rock his opponent. Jazim, or is he going to be Juicy with it because he wants to get his shots in, but it's not really working. Trying to work the body shots, but able to not get the punches in. Oh, both guys go for a wrong slip, but 20 seconds left here, Rob. What are you looking at? We're going to see a head kick here?
It's a gunfight in there, Kingsley. There might be a head kick, but I don't think so. They're standing in the phone booth. There's a little bit of in and out movement. Oh, look at these slips. Body kick. Jean-Claude Van Damme style. He's kicking the tree. Let's go.
Dude, if that wasn't before the end of the round, that head kick could have dropped him right there. I love that. Like, slam one to the body, slam one back to the head. It's nice work. More, you know, man, it was a great first round right there from Ziggy. I mean, he really landed a lot of nice combinations, but, you know, it's not telling of how this entire fight is going to go. So I would not count Juicy out yet, but he does have to watch out for that uppercut. He's ran into that a few times, and it would have been well-timed every time it's been thrown out by Ziggy. There's a nice left hook over the top. Just accumulation for Juicy is all he needs. He just needs to keep touching him slowly.
And we'll have to see. Left hooks are landing for Jazim. Jazim's doing a nice job with the bodies and the left hooks. He's trying to get a little bit close, but kicks are going to be your fighter's best friend. As Ziggy Boy, even though he has success in the first round, second round, he's trying to continue it on, but it's going to be a little bit challenging. Able to duck under that hook, but he's still trying to fight in a little bit closer. Still trying to use that overhand. That block gauge is low for Jazim.
Oh, nice left hook.
The rock is landing, still being patient, still working towards the body, and just a good strategy of, even though he got a rock, still attacking that body as much as he can there, Rob.
Yeah, he is, and he's kind of walking him down with Nick Diaz here, Stockton style, and this is kind of how Nick Diaz usually fights in the UFC when he was on his game. Connects again with that hook, and now Ziggy's in some trouble. Jazim is all over him.
And this is what I was talking about. He just needed to keep touching him because all the stats are going to go down, but nice timing on the front kick. Beautiful job to take advantage of the stationary slip there where he's just planting his feet. That landed flush on the chin. And these are definitely the big shots Ziggy's going to need. He can't really throw more than 3 punches at a time. You know, he's got to really pick his shots, which makes it really hard to keep Diaz off him. But that's a beautiful work. You know, 1-2, I'm going to back out. And then he chambers and throws the head kick as the range has been extended. It landed on the block. But Ziggy Boy, man, it's really tough if you're in this situation because you have to kind of be perfect with it now.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. There's under 2 minutes remaining, but the longer this fight goes, he blew the gas tank in those early moments to get those rocks, to use his stamina, to get some kind of a knockdown. Now he has to be picture perfect with his shots. He has a block case on, and he times the front kick perfectly. He needs to get up. This is a chance. He needs to finish it right here. He can't let his opponent survive. He needs to beam him up to a pulp, and he just gets close to it. But the blockage is non-existent, but he's going to load back up. Rob, he was so close to finishing the fight.
Oh, Jazim's hanging on by a piece of floss right now. This is insane. Ziggy Boy back up to his feet, and 45 seconds left, and man, this has been a barn burner, boys. These guys are just in there fighting so excitedly right now. This is insane. I'm loving this.
Juicy's trying to walk into the phone booth, still coming forward. I mean, he doesn't want to hang around on the outside and keep slipping because that's where he's getting hit with uppercuts and front kicks. But man, he's done a lot of damage to the stamina, and you know what? The recovery stat on this Diaz, it might even be like 100 or something stupid. So he's gonna get some help back, but he keeps level changing into the uppercut, man. Multiple times he's level changed into that, unfortunately.
I thought for a second with that jumping roundhouse kick, I thought he was gonna end it and get like a 1 second KO. Yeah, like last round, exactly. But this is an interesting question, like for the people in chat. Would you rather be the guy who uses all his stamina but has his opponent hurt, or would you rather be the guy who has more stamina and knows that his opponent can't trade as much? It's an interesting question. Which side do you want to be on? We'll have to find out and see the answer to this question in this third and final round of a highly contested battle between both guys who are 3-3 but face the best of the best. Ziggy Boy still the best. Don't underestimate me and my stamina. And he's gonna stand back up. He still wants to use more of that stamina. Meanwhile, his opponent Jazim, he wants to find his way back in. He can trade, but he needs to watch out for that perfect shot right there, Rob.
Yeah, and he has no head health, really. Jazim's got to be so careful. Masvidal still has a little bit to play with, and Nick Diaz doesn't have that much power either. So this is going to be very dangerous, and Ziggy Boy is throwing these beautiful lead uppercuts, and Jazim is running right into them, and right now they are exchanging, and this is anybody's fight here in the third round, Bailey, and this is heating up.
Block gauge.
I don't like that Juicy's throwing left hooks and left uppercuts. He doesn't need to. There's 3 minutes 30 in this fight. He's loading up. The vulnerability window is going to be huge if he gets tagged with one of them. He can just... he did it right there, and it happened as I said it. And there's a left hook that drops in. All he needs is the 1-2 for the next 3 minutes, but he gets caught on the way in again. Ziggy tagging him every time he steps forward. And Juicy really doesn't need to be loading up like this.
Take a step back. Just take a step back. You can't take a step back when your head is bouncing off the canvas. As you see him, everyone falls down like a timber when you face Ziggy Boy with Jorge Masvidal as he takes the knockout victory.
My goodness, that was ferocious. That was a crazy fight. Another one. I mean, how are we gonna pick fight of the night, fellas? Ladies and gentlemen, it's absolute fireworks in there. And Jazim was coming forward, standing his ground, while Masvidal was throwing these power shots on him, like you said. I mean, that was crazy. That was exciting. That was awesome.
You see him, he got a bunch of stuns in that fight, and I thought he was doing well and having some good moments. But man, I was just watching it from the start of that round. It's like, okay, right, his opponent's got no gas tank left. His head health is in a pretty vulnerable spot. But from the start of that round, Juicy was coming forward. He threw like jab, rear uppercut, lead hook, rear uppercut. He doesn't need to throw any of that. He can just 1-2, time the offense as it comes at him. But he seemed desperate to hustle and get the fight finished. And yeah, he got knocked out with 3 minutes on the clock when really he didn't need to do any of that until the last 60 seconds, really, unless he was getting pressured, and he had to throw back. So I think maybe a slight tactical error there for Juicy, but also Ziggy, the whole fight was landing really clean combinations, punishing counters as well, and mixing up the targets. So it was a really good performance from Juicy and from Ziggy. And the thing about Masvidal is he's so powerful. So like if you don't have to land a lot, just a couple of good combinations and you can really do some damage. He did that early, and even with the recovery of Diaz, wasn't able to get back in the fight. So there we go. A couple of fights left now, I think.
Yeah, very much a scary fight. Possibly another fight contender, and it's crazy that we had like a back-to-back-to-back. Now we're seeing someone who actually won Fight of Night last card in Lionus, as we're in the top 7 matchup between Lionus and K1. We know that these guys know how to put on a show. They have put on time and time before in this season. For Lionus, he wants to make sure that he knows that his name is being known in the echelons of the grades of the ESFL when it's on put on great shows. Rob, when you look at this contest, Hook says like, hey, I know my opponent has Fight Night last time, but he's looking to put on a performance of himself in this contest.
Yeah, definitely. These are two, top 5, top 6 guys, and when you get to this pinnacle of the ESFL, and you ain't getting no easy fights. You're fighting like legendary players. And these guys want to become legendary players. They want to get up there to the title shot. They want people to know their name. And I remember Mr. Linus. We remember K1 or Mr. Vuk, because these guys are killers. They're smooth criminals. And now we get to see these two collide. Dricus Duplessis, maybe Alex Pereira, Balian. I mean, middleweight. There's power. Let's go. Good ping as well. This is smooth as butter on a pancake.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show with the guy who's in the main event, GOAT1099, been competing as long as EA Esports has been around. Do you know what I mean? So, like, there is an age limit on esports, I guess, but the fact remains that you can put on some really good performances and carve out a bit of a legacy for yourself. And both these guys have done that at different points. Do you know what I mean? And that lasts forever. And they've been able to stay at the top and keep competing since then as well. So These guys have tons of experience. They've played through multiple versions of the game. What remains of Vuk has had some really crazy win streaks at certain points. I remember where he's had some dominant performances and looked unbeatable. And I like that these two are matching up right now, man. You know, we've only got, what, 2 fights left, I think? And yeah, this is a great one because it's going to be high level between two guys who have fought as champions and fought champions. And yeah, it's going to be a great showcasing of what it's all about.
Yeah, and in the ESFL, we usually have this tradition of saying, like, we have the main event, we have the co-main event. The co-main event is probably one of the highly touted spots because every time we have a co-main event fight like this, it always shows up to be a bit of a banger. So hopefully we get to see more of that as, again, we see Vuk on the left side using Alex Pereira in the black trunks going against Lionus, who is using Dragon Duplessis in the green trunks. And so far, both guys fighting more in the center of the octagon, but we see Vuk trying to be a little more of a outside fighter, trying to find a phone booth, but not really getting the full connection yet, using distance very well. But I want to see a leg kick here, Rob. As I say that we get one leg kick.
Nice little body kick from Mr. Lionus. Everybody loves Cocoa Pebbles and everybody, or Cocoa Puffs, and everybody loves Cocoa events here, like you said, Kingsley. And when you get a treat like this, before you know you're getting to watch nice little takedown before you're getting to watch Nas, before you're getting to watch GOAT1099, beautiful stuff right there, Bailey. And now he's got him against the cage, but he kind of breaks free there, and Vuk Gaming with Pereira looking to land that power.
Yeah, Vuk with K1 now, and you know, there's a lot of good guys that are going to sharpen those striking tools. I like what Lionus is doing right here now, though. He's really mixing up his offense. I haven't really seen him throw the same combination twice or have the same entry even. Inside leg kicks are a sneaky weapon that you can use to do exactly that, throw off your opponent's timing. That was really nice. I wonder if we'll see more of that. But Lionus is resetting the range every time with these teeps as well, which is good because it's not giving Vuk a chance to really like establish my jab lead hook, you know, and get the lead hook on the block over and over again. Keeps resetting the range. Both guys have to meet back in the center again, but the inside leg kick comes out again. I like that. That's going to chip away and set up the hands.
Yeah, absolutely. But also for Vuk, he is destroying that block gauge. That block gauge has been depleted for like the last couple of 30 seconds in game time. But for Lionus, get into this clinch. I want to see what he can do. And he just shuts me up as he gets on the rock with a nice uppercut, able to time it perfectly. But the answer is coming back from Vuk from those hooks. And so far, with 140 left here, I want to see if he goes for that uppercut again, because those kicks aren't landing, but the uppercut seems to be deadly.
And just stellar takedown defense from Vuk there, just knowing and anticipating Lionus was going to go right for it after he got rocked. But a beautiful shot from Lionus. These guys are both looking so good. Nice left hook there from Vuk. And man, this is a very evenly matched contest.
Yeah, Vuk through the first shot, cancelled it, then through the second punch as well. So he's looking at a mid combo, which was nice. Let that hook land nicely over the top. There's been a lot of damage done, though, by Lionus already. I mean, like, you forget how much power DDP's got. He's just been touching Vuk here and there and taking little bits off the chin. Right hand around the side, though. That does half the head health damage. We know how much power's in those stone hands. Ooh, just outside of the range to get a better read on that teep distance as well now as Vuk. But I don't know, man. When they trade on the inside like this, the uppercut from Lionus has been the shot that's working, and he's already dropped him with it once. You see it there when he was out of range, but he's looking for the uppercut.
Yeah, that'd be a part move. But interesting enough, the significant strikes and the total strikes were in favor of Vuk, able to land as many hooks as he possibly can. He got caught that one time with that uppercut. Now we have to see if Vuk, as we're taking a look at the replay right here, that vicious hook, just like back and forth that was going. And I want to see what can Vuk do. Do you see him opening up with like some head kicks, trying to go in the second round, just at least change up the game plan so he's not easily trying to aim for those uppercuts?
Yeah, you know, head kicks can be good, but sometimes, you know, if they get ducked, they're very vulnerable. But if you could time a nice head kick, especially with Pereira, Kingsley, I mean, it's just absolutely devastating. So we'll see if Vuk can time one. But Lionus, you know, starting out the second round, throwing out that jab and putting a little bit more pressure, it seems, here on Vuk.
The fakes are nice, but Lionus is letting the hands go, and everything's kind of just tagging the chin, even if it's breaking through the block. And Vuk's still coming forward, even though his head health's not fully recovered. He needs to be a little careful if he does get caught in an exchange here. And there's a nice straight right, though, off the back of that teep. Good work, and then not fully committing as well, which is nice, knowing he's a little vulnerable himself. It's only sort of a flash stun, nothing too crazy, nothing prolonged. and they're back at this tit for tat game where Lionus, again, the accuracy and the timing, he is fighting kind of awkwardly, you know. It's hard to read when he's going to strike and what is going to come out. Is it a stepping jab? Is it a teep kick? Is it a slip in uppercut? Just like that. And that uppercut we called last round, man. He's been looking for it all fight. He lands it again.
Well, these guys are getting rocks, but it just seems like they're landing still. Like, no matter if they're hurt, they're still landing with some clean shots. No one's getting the right slips, even though Lionus got that vicious right slip into a left hook. I want to see who is going to do the right thing, who's going to land some great combinations, because the block gauge is low for Lionus. Lionus needs to be very careful. Lands a knee to disrupt the momentum, but uppercut, tit for tat, will go into
Nice.
gets speared like Roman Reigns, and now he's in the side control, and Lionus has his pick of the litter when it goes to those elbows there, Rob.
Yeah, it's interesting. It seems like when Vuk like lands a shot, he almost has like these pre-registered like slips after, and I think that's hurting a little bit. It took away his short-term stamina, and that was allowed Mr. Lionus just to get like that free takedown. Now Lionus is on his back, the nose is busting on Vuk, and he's faking that backside position there. Looks like he's trying to go for that arm bar, or was it the rear naked choke? Ooh, but good stuff so far.
Trying to fake his way out of it. The doesn't show it on the HUD right there, but the nose is completely busted. It's red. The lungs are red, showing that it's like at a real bad spot. We've got another round after this, so some more straight punches, but I think it's because he's level changed so many times on that right uppercut, and it's just been dangerous. One left hook though tags him, and another time he fakes again. Exactly what I was talking about earlier on. Throws one shot, fake, and then the next shot comes. The hands come down. Beautiful job. And well done from Vuk for getting it back in there. We're just talking about how much his nose has been smashed in.
Yeah, we'll see if it gets further smashed in, because both guys
it's
are
red
going
again.
for it. 40 seconds left. A hook landing into the clinch. Has his back to the cage. Vuk needs to find a way to get out of this situation. He has 30 seconds left. Maybe take a step back. Question mark kick. Not fully connecting. Lionus trying to find the home run hit, trying to hit a grand slam.
Oh, man.
If he can. Both guys swinging for the fences. Block gauges are low. Double jabs coming in.
Oh.
The left hook.
Another round.
Of a second round right there.
Oh my God.
They're trading missiles. They're just exchanging. You go, I go. Can you take this? I saw Prairie eat an uppercut flush. I mean, these guys are just exchanging. This is a firefight, a gunfight, ladies and gentlemen. Balian, this is chaos.
So many elbows there, dude. They both kind of just crept towards each other, and it was like, oh yeah, we can all tell what's about to happen. They're just going to camp the head movement and try and land big on the counters. That's what they both did back to back, and now there's a left hook. Both guys are super hurt. This could go either way. Oh, we went for the uppercut. He got tagged with a left hook, and now Vuk's coming forward, but he hasn't got enough stamina. He tries to get the spear takedown and a beautiful counter, but he rolls out of it.
This is insane. This is exactly what you want from an ESFL fight. Both guys putting it on the line, going for hooks. Everyone's head health is depleted. No one's going for the body. It's just pure violence to the head as Vuk still pressing forward. Needs to gauge the distance, make sure he doesn't get hit with a straight shot and busting up that nose. But Lionus still pressing forward, still wants to find a right avenue. Oh, the duck! The elbow wasn't close enough for Vuk to get the closing shot. But so far, plenty of time left. And we're still staying in the center of the octagon, still staying in that phone booth. Who is going to get the right shot here?
What the hell? Herb D just reset him randomly. This is crazy.
What a D-Sing.
They go back in the center. Vuk now got a little time to breathe.
Beautiful side. Dude, the side steps drain the stamina to land the flying knee, but the up kick was so well timed. Well done to stay in it, and they're right back on the feet. 30 seconds have passed, and it's like nothing even happened. There's a right hook that gets blocked. Sniper like straights coming out from Linus, who's trying to find a way to break through that block. One more time, lead up against straight lands. Jab into the left hook there. Over the right hand behind it. He's still staying on his feet somehow, and a beautiful high shot power takedown.
This is what happens when you try to be an ESFL fighter. You have to put it all on the line. Guys have been rocked back and forth, and you see Linus, he might try to keep it in this posture up. He's trying to get some dabs, gets one hook, and Vuk is like, I'm not having any of that. He has 2 minutes to get back to the stand-up. He needs to gauge his patience, needs to gauge the denial. He gets one denial. That might be his opportunity to get back up. He reverses it instead. He wants to go to the top, but he goes back into a sprawl. Back and forth we go. 140 left. We don't know how the judges' scorecards are going to be, and thankfully we're not judges as we're going to side control. The elbows might be coming hot and heavy here, Rob.
So you want to be an esports fight league fighter? These guys are dropping Uno cards, reversals on each other. This is insane. Vuk on top. Now he has his back. The stamina is low. Dricus Duplessis is breathing. Beautiful denial, but still in the half guard position. Vuk's trying to advance, but Mr. Lionus says, nope.
Not where you want to be. I mean, Lionus initiated the takedown because he had no stamina, but now he's on bottom. But now he's got an armbar. Fakes for the submission right there. Can't really struggle too much. Vuk probably going to bring that down. And he's going to bridge and roll out. There's a deny, and he's out back on top. And like I said, Linus's tank is just done at this point. 20 seconds left in the fight anyway. The get up gets denied. I don't think he's going to break. Here comes the flying knee. No, the ground and pound.
Oh my God. Stack on 5 seconds. Can he go for it? He needs to. Oh, but that will be to the judges' scorecards as it was close as possibly can be. Back and forth the fight goes, but it's all in the hands of the judges as we take a look at the replays. The hooks landing from Vuk. Lionus able to get the early parts of those fights, trying to knock down his opponent, but the ground, the stack guard is being shown on the replay. That could have been the defining move of this whole fight as we go to Bruce Buffer with the decision.
Tense. It could go either way.
Split? Majority. It goes to K1 Vuk. Vuk gets the victory. The stack guard, the hits, the counter shots, getting his block gauge, his opponent's block gauge low, sealed him the victory.
Yeah, that was. I mean, another fight that is on the fight of the night card. I don't know, Kingsley, you're in charge of picking it. It's going to be a hard decision, but wow, these two.
Hold on. Group project. Okay.
Nope. I mean, that was just a crazy fight, right, Bailey? I mean, Vuk back and forth, Mr. Lion, they just both had their moments. They both looked amazing. And I got to say, these guys are making these fights so exciting. They're fighting in a way where the crowd is cheering. We're at the edge of our seats. Props to the athletes. And Bailey, I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, like, we tried to set it up that way before it started. Like, both these guys have had experience. They've been around for a long time. They can both finish. They've both been champions or fought champions. Like, we knew it was going to be a really good veterans match. You know, one of the things that gets developed a lot as an elite player, once you get to the very, very end of your progression, is like survivability. Being able to survive when you're about to get knocked out and then getting another opportunity. We saw that from those guys multiple times. Both got hurt and showed different ways they were able to survive, either with their head movement, either by changing into takedowns. And that shows how high level those guys were, that they were both able to just constantly survive. So hard to put away. And it went the distance somehow, which is crazy.
I told you, the co-main event, it's a delicious treat for everyone in ESFL, and that's why we love that position, because it's not the co-main, it's not the main event, it may not be the biggest of names, but when they get into that position, when they can just touch the close of the top of the card, they always put on the show. And we have like, what, 4 straight Fight of the Night contenders on this finale card? Yeah. It has been insane. But Valiant, Rob, everyone on Twitch chat and on YouTube, everywhere in ESFL Nation, it has been insane. But right now, we're going into a big name fight. It is K1 Carnalito, the ranked number 2 fighter of this season, going against a last-second replacement and Naz. This fight is interesting, and especially since I'm watching the fire. And hold on, and we're getting. It seems like we're getting an update. Okay, so. Okay, so my mistake. I got a little bit too high, but like, it's K1 Bum going against BK Go. They're both about to put on, especially we have so many good fights. It's hard to keep track, but I'm excited to see what's on the fighter selection screen here, Rob. I mean, both these guys are looking to put on a great show.
Oh yeah, and BK Go undefeated 2-0 this season. He beat Nate Diaz, OzzyKidd, who we saw earlier, and defeated AKMG on 3 hours notice. K1 Bum though, 6-3. He's had 9 fights. He's earning some boiler bonuses as these two get Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. But this man's won the 8-man tournament at ESFL 176, Bailey. This guy is the real deal. Ranked 3. BK Go ranked 11. A big opportunity here.
Yeah, and Bum has been putting in a lot of work this season. 9 fights compares to just 2. So Big step up in competition. We're going to see where GOAT is at. And yeah, good matchup. I like the matchup of the styles as well. We'll see who brings it out. Lots of body work already from Bum going down with the rear uppercut to the body and trying to time the two down the middle whenever the combinations come back his way.
Yeah, in a different weight division, right? Women's flyweight, we rarely see that in the ESFL.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're branching out, especially in a highly touted spotlight like this, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Just for everyone's reminder, I think we saw GOAT was Valentina on the left side, Bum on the right using Grasso. We saw the first early part. Oh, trying to go for an ankle pick right there. I thought we were going for like a bit of a brawl, but the fact that the ankle pick was just shot out from right there, it seems like we already tipped his tail about the gameplay that GOAT1099 MMA is going to try to do here, Rob.
Yeah, and at this weight class, everything is coming so fast. Sometimes it's hard to make reads, reactions. It's just like a little chaotic at this weight, but it's kind of exciting too sometimes because they are just throwing down. And you see the beautiful pull, head kick misses. These guys are kind of both making interesting mistakes and whiffing, but I mean they're just throwing down here, Bailey. They're going hard.
Yeah, good head movement for both guys. Good range management, understanding of the ranges as well. Lead uppercut straight gets through right there for GOAT of MMA. Bum looking for the body shots a little bit more. There's a slip, nice work and a nice combo, but unfortunately not much we got through. The right hand did there though. That was nice work as well. And now there's a second level change, tries to tap the inside of the leg, but it's going to be a deny and some stamina drain. No punishment to the body instead of takedown as well, but no loss of long-term stamina at any point there from GOAT.
Yeah, and so far with over 2 minutes remaining in the first round right here, let's see how it all pans out. Let's see that the blockades could be a little bit of a detriment for Bum. Bum needs to be very careful because those slips, it seems like GOAT MMA is finding his avenue to find his strikes in. And so far, back and forth we go. Trying to be a little bit of an outside fire Bum does, but it's just not fully close enough as both guys going for them. Again, those pull sequences, it seems like everyone's being very careful in trying to find the right slip.
Yeah, GOAT, I like what he's doing. He's standing in range, just kind of pop shotting with that jab and kind of teeing off and testing that block, getting it low, and then comboing off of it, giving Bum some trouble here. Look at that.
Straight shot stifled whilst I'm getting hit to the body. Straight shot stifled whilst I'm getting hit to the body.
Yeah, also, what a vicious rock from GOAT of MMA. Doing such a nice job, but the flying knee trying to land a little bit much, and hopefully he's able to get some, but he needs to not use much of that stamina. But with 10 seconds left, you might as well throw it to the wayside as he gets a knockdown along with a rock. And GOAT MMA just falling back. It's like, you know what? Let's just reset it, and that's how we're gonna tease it out. As we're getting a little bit of technical difficulties, we hope that you guys are sticking with us, but we hope to get that rectified, but we'll see how it goes. But so far, second round, I'm excited to see what happens here, Rob.
Yeah, and you saw him taunting at the end there from Bum. He's like, yeah, you might have beat me up in round one, but I'm flexing at the end, trying to maybe play a little mental game, mental warfare with GOAT as he comes forward, slips with the uppercut. He's throwing down Bailey, but GOAT standing his ground, and he's exchanging. He's not letting him breach the barrier, the carapace.
I think GOAT needs to back off a little bit. GOAT's like right there, these ones and just all getting stifled by this close range attack. These lead uppercuts were really nice, you know, and so were the hooks and so were the other uppercuts. So step back a little, let those fly. But either way, there's been so much damage done by GOAT at this point. I think anything that lands on the block is going to start to chip through and get to Bum. Great first round, the way that ended for GOAT. And now a few more of those left hands starting to land.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if they can land continuously, because it could just take one shot to change up everything. We saw that both of these guys are entering in with a slip, and he see a moment where he saw the body kick coming out and was able to land a couple of shots, but those uppercuts landing for Bum not able to get the benefit of the doubt as he had low head health. Another knockdown, but up kick will change everything for GOAT MMA. Not able to get the full posture up, but so far Bum is landing with his overhands. He's getting some momentum even though he got rocked out, but he's using so much of his stamina into this second round. But those pulls are coming in hot and heavy there, Rob.
Yeah, they are. So many nice maneuvers here by both guys, just staying out of range. But it is Shevchenko coming forward, just landing so many shots on Bum, and GOAT of MMA is just brutalizing him. He drops him. He's like, let's get back up. I don't even care. And he's coming flying knee though, Bailey. And watch out.
Yeah, one more
time. Left hook detonated.
That left hook was landing on the chin. One to drop him down, and then he was looking to end the show with it right there. Nice job to not get caught by the flying knee at the end. That was a great performance by GOAT Kingsley.
Yeah, that was like what he did with the slips, with the pulls, and just his constant combinations, not really backing up towards his point. I know you were saying that he needs to back up a little bit, but it seems like he was in that rhythm every time he went to the phone booth, right? He was trying to make his opponent make a decision, and every decision that Bum did, it was the wrong one. It was constantly the wrong one. And when you see that left hook finally land, we didn't see any rocks left. We didn't see any stuns left. No knockdown. It was completely lights out. So to see that, congratulations to Go, as he's now the only undefeated fighter of the season. He is now 3-0 in this whole season 2 season, and that's gonna be good whenever we go back to the PlayStation side. When Xbox starts in July, he's gonna have like a whole other season to train, to figure out what he's gonna be doing later. But to leave off with this performance here, Rob, that's a good statement to have on your resume for the next season.
Oh yeah, undefeated BK GOAT. Oh, that sounds real good. It's red panty night for BK GOAT tonight. And he knows that, you know, next season or UFC 6 or wherever he wants to go, people are going to remember GOAT of MMA. But we got a lot of GOATs here, fellas. We got one more GOAT, and this might be the GOATest one of them all, Balian.
Maybe we have too many goats. I think there were some people in chat that were confused and thought that was GOAT1099. It wasn't GOAT of MMA, but you know, I was speculating going into it. You know, he's going up against someone in Bum who's fought a lot this season and fought a lot previously, but GOAT really competed very well, showed exactly why they were undefeated this season and stayed undefeated as well. So very impressive performances there by GOAT. I'm happy to have them, on the roster and be around for the next season, I'm sure. But I think it's time for the co-main event when it's about ready. You know, we're supposed to have Romero compete. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it, but instead we've got Nas taking on freaking Gray Fight though.
AKA K1 Carnalito, but I kind of jumped the gun before we went to that last fight, but I was just so hyped for this co-main event, right? Like Nas, we know he's high to talk, even though we love Romero and we're super excited that he won his fight previously a couple of nights ago. But the fact that Nas is jumping in as a last-minute replacement, that's a hell of a last-minute replacement to be on a card like this. Nas has been tried and true. He fought on our undisputed type of events, and now he's going to this, and he's been doing so much. But Carnalito, for him, he only lost to Driz at ESFL 176. Other than that, he's been on a 5-win streak, including being Suave Jamie, who we knew is like one of the greatest players in the ESFL. So, Rob, for this instance, like when we see this matchup, especially in the co-main event, what can people expect to see when it comes to this contest? What weight division do you think we're possibly going to be having as an option?
I got no idea on the weight division, but I do know one thing. Carnalito has his hands full. He was going to fight a legend in Romero, the winner of the first ever live event. We all know Romero's name. This guy is the real deal, a legendary player. But now he substituted him out for another legend. And Nas, in my opinion, is the sugar daddy of EA Sports UFC 5. This guy has been like one of Elon Musk's rockets launching into the sky. He's in the orbit. He's looking and training and teaching players all around the world. And Nas is probably at the top of the pinnacle of the sport right now. But if Carnalito, 4-1, could take out Nas, man, Carnalito is going to be so happy. But Nas has to fight Carnalito, Bailey. And 4-1, he's been in there with the best of them. He took out Suave Jamie, Ireland's champion. I mean, this is a crazy fight with big implications tonight.
Yeah, we're just waiting to see where the live stream is so we can get this one up and running for you. Obviously, we're doing a 2-minute countdown, apparently, obviously, as well, because if not, then we're going straight to the main event, which we could talk about as well instead, because we've got GOAT1099 coming back to take on K1 MuayThaiJesus, who Kingsley won the belt and defended it the longest this season. Can you tell the people who didn't see it a little bit about that?
Yeah, so MTJ, he was like one of the last people to like win the title. It's been a carousel between so many comparisons, especially when it was like within your own campmate. K1 has been on a tear recently with this whole season, and MTJ is 5-1. He's been on a tear. His first loss was his first fight of this whole season. But then when he started working with his campmates, when he started working with Carnalito, when he started working with Bum, he started getting better and better and better, to the point where he had to defeat his campmate to get the only defense of this whole season. So the fact that he's getting a real life belt, he's shown to be the seasonal champion. But for him, now he's facing someone in GOAT1099 who is the reigning champion from season 1, who has done what MTJ is doing right now. And the fact he's done it so many times, he's been in the conversation of like so many highly contested bouts. When we had the Xbox and PlayStation 5 like super mega fight, GOAT1099 was the winner of that. So the fact that that will be a best of 3, this could be for all the marbles. I'm not saying like he's gonna get the season 2 title away from MTJ, but for the bragging rights, for the linear championship, everything is at stake with this type of contest. And the fact that we had so many Fight Night contenders, you can see that MTJ went through a freaking gauntlet to be here. So anyone saying like, oh, he just got the title last, he got the last one defense, he had to go through so many comparisons to get to that point. So this is no new fame, no new strategy. He's been working, he's been grinding, he's been in lab to be a part of this finale card and to be in the spot where he's at. So hopefully he could do something. And I also saw on the scout report, he was suspended for a few cards, so a little bit of controversy as well. But he's on a revenge tour, and what a way to capitalize on the revenge tour here, Rob, than to defeat someone who's been at the utmost pinnacle of this sport.
Yeah, I mean, MuayThaiJesus has all the accolades you can say. He beat Nas, he's beaten Vuk, he's beaten, I mean, Suave Jamie, he's beaten the who's who. But I mean, he's going against, I would say, the grandfather, the Thanos, GOAT1099, and has GOAT1099 is just a player that hasn't stopped playing too. He's been putting in the work on YouTube. He continues to keep his blade sharp, and he's a guy that came in and just took out Nas when Nas was on a tear. GOAT1099 is the final boss in EA Sports UFC 5. I personally think this is the best player in the world, in the galaxy right now, GOAT1099. And he could just come in whenever he wants. He has that kind of swagger, right? He comes in, who's the champ? I'm going to take that guy's ruby and put it in my belt. So it's going to be just, this is just electric. This is amazing. I can't wait. And it's a best of 3, guys.
Yeah. So we're constantly getting updates. Hopefully we'll get a fight for you guys soon. But that's also another thing. When you were talking about like he might be one of the greatest fighters when it comes to the ESFL, that's including PlayStation 5, that's including Xbox. But for MTJ, that's why I think the stakes are so much higher, right, Valiant? Because like if you beat GOAT, then you're taking over like the reigning title of being like probably the best in the world in this game. And like now with the Xbox season coming up in July, shoot, now all the Xbox people's like, oh, you beat GOAT? Now if I get a chance to get like a second mega fight, whoever is the top guy on the Xbox side, now you're looking at MTJ is like, okay, now I have to defeat you to claim the title as the best player. So with that, with the Xbox guys, how do you think that perspective is when you're seeing like another console, even though there might be a little bit of crossplay in the future? Are you looking at this contest saying like, okay, if MTJ wins this, I got my next fight? Or am I looking at GOAT like, I need that run back? Do I need that kind of revenge? Or am I just sticking to my own lane and say, hey, you know what, PlayStation guys, you got it. Xbox, I'm going to say on my side.
I think he's going to focus on this fight first before anything else happens, right? And you know that's the way to look at it. But I think what you said about taking legacy, that's really important. That's exactly why it messes things up when someone like Francis Ngannou leaves the UFC without losing the title. No one can get the glory from beating him. No one can absorb his win streak. No one can take the history that they built and then add it to their own history, and it keeps accumulating over time. John Jones is not going to fight Tom Aspinall, so Tom Aspinall will never have the glory, but GOAT1099 always comes back to face these guys. So anyone has been an opportunity to take all of the legacy this man's built, and we've have done enough of a good job, I think, explaining it right now, just to say if you didn't know who he was, he's basically the GOAT of this game at this point, because he's won in so many of these situations where we put him in against these guys who we're like, this is the new best dude. The GOAT usually beats him, and I think we're about to find out if he happens again tonight, Kingsley.
Yeah, it seems like what you're alluding to, that it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen, as we have the biggest fight for the biggest event of the season ready to go. It's the best of 3. So not only did you have to defeat the opponent once, you had to beat them twice. There could be no doubt in this contest. We've been hyping up for the longest time, but on the fire selection screen, it is GOAT1099, who is the current champion of season 1 going against the current reigning, defending season 2 champion and K1 MuayThaiJesus, who is 5-1, looking to settle all debts, settle all doubt to make sure everything comes out clean in this fight. And Rob, when we look at this fight, when we look at the selections, kind of a mind game that you have to play here, especially in the best of 3.
Yeah, definitely got to pick a fighter. You know, you want to pick that counter. And every time I see that little 8-ball icon, it gives me chills because I know the champ is here. And GOAT1099, man, thank you so much for coming through. And, you know, he doesn't have to come in here and prove himself, but he does. And that's what makes him special. He comes back in, like Bailey says, he's going to remind everybody who he is. But MuayThaiJesus has the opportunity to say, I was the guy. I was the one that actually did it. And I am going to do it right now. And we'll see. I mean, he's going to pick Ilia Topuria, a strong pick, very powerful. We all know what he could do on the ground. But Max Holloway, this BMF 300 version, Bailey, and he is just so fast, so much volume, so much speed. Those combinations are coming at you quick, and it's a tough scenario to deal with. 5-star Connor, Bailey.
No shot. No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh God, what a matchup. Yeah, you always see that 8-ball there from GOAT. That's been his little profile icon since the dawn of time. I remember that one. But the GOAT is here. He's locking in the Connor. The Connor that, you know, you still see very often, but also, you know, people have found little strategies, little ways around it. But man, oh man, what is MuayThaiJesus going to lock? I mean, this will go back to, you know, if it comes down to a boxing match with the reach disadvantage, it'll be interesting. It'll all be on the head movement and the counter punching, and that's what it's going to be about, man. It's going to be about the counters and the slips in this one, if you ask me.
This is the biggest fight of the season. From UFC 2 to UFC 3 to 4 to 5, GOAT1099 is inevitable, and MTJ has one opportunity to kill the king in the main event of ESFL 183. GOAT using Conor McGregor on the right side, MTJ using Ilia Topuria on the left side. It's a best of 3, 5 rounds straight through. Here we go, and GOAT1099 already starting out with a head kick, already starting out with the pressure that he's known to do. But MTJ, he knows he has to work the bite. He knows he needs to be patient with his strikes. He can't afford any mistakes against his opponent, and that's what we're seeing in the first couple of minutes here, Rob.
Yeah. And, you know, MuayThaiJesus is fighting the name, the Anderson Silva effect of GOAT1099. Can he stay calm and cool and collected in there? And GOAT's a kind of guy, doesn't matter how much he's losing, what's going on in there, he always just seems to find a way to win. And he has such a good mental game as well. And right now, he's kind of piecing him up. That was a good sidestep there, Bailey, though, by MuayThaiJesus to land that lead hook.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's something that MuayThaiJesus should do right now. Like, I know he's getting pieced up, but he can be a little patient. The assault from GOAT is only going to slow down because Connor's gas tank will last about 3 rounds, even though GOAT's very good at managing it. GOAT's opening up with the kicks to the body and things like that as well. That's really nice. But, you know, and he will need to get ahead on the body damage because of the stamina difference. But early and often, MuayThaiJesus just needs to keep the hands up and keep moving. Looking for a nice right hand over the top, though. That lands as well. So already finding a few holes around GOAT's defense. But GOAT was landing some nice, accurate combinations. That left hook comes off the block. And now MuayThaiJesus bringing the kicks in as well. So I like the patience from MuayThaiJesus right here.
You can understand the importance of getting this first round or this first fight, because not only that you need to like start the ongoing momentum, especially in the first round with 2 minutes remaining, you want to have this first fight at least in your bag so it takes the stress off of your shoulders, where you can find a way to like seal the deal. So far, MTJ, as you guys have been saying, has been landing those combinations, have been landing those executing devastating damage. But for GOAT, he's used to this. He's used to the momentum. He's used to the herbs and the flows of these type of fights. This is nothing new to him. For GOAT, still pressing forward, trying to land those left hooks, able to land, getting up like he's low. He's going to try to attack now, but not able to get the full distance as he's still backing away. And MTJ trying to slip as much as he can. But that damage is landing so much with 1 minute remaining here, Rob.
Yeah, this is not looking good right now for the current champion, MuayThaiJesus, because GOAT is just fighting so darn good. I mean, he's just floating on the outside, utilizing his footwork and really putting the pressure and tagging MuayThaiJesus, doing so much damage, testing that block again and again, and MuayThaiJesus has not really done anything.
Yeah, and now he's doing the left head kick. I mean, he's got MuayThaiJesus circling away from the right hook because that landed so many times when he was moving to his left, but now he's moving into the left hand and that left head kick as well. So Goat establishing 2 threats early in this round with the right hook and everything off the left side as well. So lots of damage coming out from Goat. I thought MuayThaiJesus did do a good job staying composed. Didn't take a massive amount of damage, but definitely Goat's finding some holes right there.
Yeah, and we'll have to see what can you do to adapt. What is plan B? What's plan C? Because plan A usually is never going to work. As we take a look at a replay right here, good shots coming from MTJ, using the leg kicks as well. Not only just going for the head health or going for the body shots, leg kicks are also being used into this kind of fight. But I want to see what is GOAT's strategy coming in the second round. Would you think I don't think he's going to go to the ground game, but like, do you think he's going to use more of that distance going to the second round here, Rob?
Yeah, GOAT usually doesn't. I feel like he doesn't really win first rounds a lot, and he just uses that first round to really gauge his opponents. But he really, I felt like, dominated the cage there and just did a lot of damage to the block. And when you're playing against Conor McGregor, you don't have a lot of block. Go into those 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds, it can get real scary. So I think he's just gonna keep on his cruise control, his autopilot, and just keep dominating here.
I love combinations that start with the backhand, you know, from the open stance, and Goat going 2-1-2 is a really nice combo. The right hook came out again there though, but the second he overthrows, MuayThaiJesus is ready to get this takedown going, and he has a big stat advantage right here. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. Goat going for the side control sweep as well, but he goes to the get up. Oh, well done from Goat.
Nice.
Cost him stamina though.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like he was like waiting. He said, you know, I'm going to try to get out of this as quick as possible. I'm going to constantly do the moves because you're expecting me to just stay here and wait for you to make mistakes. No, he's just going at a rapid pace to get back to the stand-up. Now, what can he possibly do out of it? This is where he needs to find a way to get something going. But with 3:10 left, still plenty of time to work around as both guys are still staying at the center. Trying to use a little bit of a push kick, not able to get it right, but the right hook landed from MTJ. Working very nicely. Nice knees. Working onto the body. So the body head getting fairly low for Goat. But Goat still charging forward. Still working the way to his body. But I'm just trying to see for MTJ, how do you continue on the momentum of like getting that spear? Do you just try to go for it again as quick as possible? Or do you just wait for a little bit here, Rob?
I mean, you got it. You definitely have to be patient. You have to be unpredictable against a guy like Goat, who has that ground game as well. Even with Conor McGregor, if you take him to the ground, he's still so proficient there. But, you know, MTJ has been landing some good shots, and he has been doing some good head health damage. But, I mean, look at the stats. GOAT1099 is pulverizing him here, in my opinion.
That was beautiful from MTJ. I mean, even if he doesn't get any of this, but he does, just for, again, to recognize there's a bit of space here where he's going to go straight back.
Beautiful.
It's not that Goat is overthrowing, it's that Goat is throwing to the limit of his offense that will allow. So that MuayThaiJesus recognizes there's nothing going to come at me if I move forward, because he will not throw again because he doesn't have the stamina, and that's when he's initiating the takedowns. But look at this reversal back on top.
Yeah, good strategy so far with 1 minute remaining. Let's see how this whole thing pans out. As we see Goat still on top, but gets denied again, using a bit of his stamina right there. Gets another down, back and forth, down 1-for-1, going for a posture, trying to land some damage, but good defense from MTJ, even though the black gauge is low, able to just deny any kind of damage from those punishing shots. And it seems like MTJ is just used to just letting the damage go, getting a nice reversal, taking them back, but not really enough time to go for a submission here, right?
Yeah, and it was interesting. Goat didn't, you know, he postured up, he won that position. He's like, I'm not even going to stand back up. I'm comfortable down here. He started throwing some ground and pound on MTJ, and that's just that confidence. He knows, you know, Goat knows that he has that experience. He has gone down, you know, that deep, dark, treacherous path many times where these grapplers are trying to submit him. He can do it all. So yeah, this is an interesting fight. MTJ a lot better in that second round. He has landed some shots with his hands. He has connected on the chin of Goat, Balian, but that block is low, and he's got to be so careful. He cannot rely on it anymore. Yeah,
this is quickly turning into a management of your stamina output versus the damage you're dealing right off the back. Massive left hook. Obviously, we're going to lose the altitude perk on Conor now, but you know, Goat is really you know, a tip-top guy. the GOAT, right? So he knows how much stamina he can have versus how much damage he's dealt. So there are a few things he did on the ground, like going for some postured up damage, trying to pass to side control that cost him stamina, but he was also getting smidges of damage off on the head health. So really it's up to him how much he's going to balance that throughout the rest of the fight, especially because MuayThaiJesus isn't really forcing GOAT to be active when he doesn't want to, right? GOAT is picking the dance, GOAT's picking the exchanges, and now he's picking him apart. And a beautiful takedown, but the late denial, he's back up.
But still, such a smart strategy to go for that takedown, because he saw his blockage, he saw the head kick landing. He was like, okay, I got to do something. I got to make sure I'm not staying still in this position. He was able to work his way back. But for GOAT, this has been an excellent start to the third round. Able to get a rock, able to disrupt that blockage, having his opponent kind of on his back foot a little bit. But the leg kicks could be doing some damage. We saw MTJ want to get a little bit of that back pressure, but so far needs to be careful of that body. Wants to go for the hooks. Trying to make Conor McGregor miss with his shots, but not able to do a great job. But he tries to go for an uppercut and misses wholeheartedly. He gets a rock himself. The second rock for GOAT in this round. And so far, GOAT using a lot of his strategy and just really succeeding.
Yeah, and it just seems like GOAT has totally put this fight in his pace. You know, he's like just chilling on the outside. MuayThaiJesus isn't really putting any pressure on him. It's almost like MuayThaiJesus is waiting for GOAT to make his move. And that's not what you want to do against GOAT1099. And now GOAT1099's rocked him. He's hurt, and that block is gone. The head health is low, and it seems like GOAT is going to coast on to a victory here, Balian.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, MuayThaiJesus, he has still so much more stamina, you know. If this gets into the fourth and then potentially heading to the fifth, he has big advantages. He has obviously taken a lot of head damage, but Topuria is pretty durable, you know. He doesn't go out of there easy. I think MuayThaiJesus knows this. He's not seemingly panicking, but, you know, he needs to find some way to stop the amount of offense that's coming at him, because it is deteriorating that block, like you said, Rob, and that is the big stat. Finishes this takedown, way to chain through and, you know, decide, let's grapple. And this is what I'm talking about, you know, he doesn't really need to worry now he can just wait till the next round. He's got stamina advantage, he'll recover a bit of head health. You know, there are still ways for MuayThaiJesus to win this fight and be dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see it, 2 posture ups, able to get some damage on to GOAT. And GOAT is trying to fight for his life with 30 seconds left to just not get more inflicted damage upon his fighter, but into a sprawl position, gets denied again. And that's just going to deplete more stamina from Conor McGregor.
Wow.
But he gets a reversal, so that's going to be good. If he lands maybe 2 elbows, he might have a chance, but a good reversal. And now we're going into the championship rounds. But for MTJ, even though he got rocked twice, that's still a little bit of momentum that he could carry on to the 4th and 5th rounds if it even gets there.
Yeah, definitely. You know, got a good takedown. It's just like GOAT is just built a little different when he's on the ground. I just don't know. We'll see. I am glazing GOAT right now, but dang, he just looks so good in there. MTJ is just fighting for his life. He wants this first one, and if he can get him to the ground, he does have a big significant advantage. Like Balian said, he could definitely, you know, threaten with submissions and ground and pound. But I mean, this is GOAT1099 we're talking about. He don't really make many mistakes there.
Yeah, it's very true. And he's been able to get himself out from those bad positions every single time. And like we said, you know, it might look bad to us that he's got this low stamina, but GOAT might be perfectly comfortable with this for the next 2 rounds, thinking, right, I've got plenty of stamina to work. And because MuayThaiJesus hasn't come forward too much and made GOAT be active, because GOAT's landing hard shots every time he does, it means that GOAT hasn't been under a ton of pressure to operate more than his stamina will allow. But right now, that's all changing. MuayThaiJesus is starting to turn it up a little bit, chopping down at the legs and getting some nice big shots off up the middle.
Yeah, and he's not taking the bait over their slips too. We saw GOAT go for a slip, and the leg kick just landed out from MTJ. So I want to see if he's just kind of reading the preemptive slip. Maybe he's trying to find his avenue where he could possibly go for a head kick, maybe a leg kick to just break him down a little bit more, because that slip, if it was the other way, that could have been a vicious rock onto GOAT. So still very closely contested if he could possibly can, but now working on the body, working on the knees, has his back to the cage. GOAT trying to fight his way back out, but MTJ still circling around the cage with him, but overhand landing with that lefty with 250 left here, Rob. It still could be an even fight, but GOAT, it seems like he's crawling towards his opponent, trying to get that knockdown.
Oh, definitely. He's landing big shots. He has a full block gauge as well, so he could rely on that if he needs to. And every time GOAT throws a jab, that whole block meter's gone. It's blinking off of one jab. So if he decides to combo throw a head kick, he's just biding his time, waiting for his moment to pounce. And he's got cat-like reflexes, you know? He's out there. Let's go.
Goes for the bail yet again. Nice job by Goat getting out of there. Throw him with the 2 first. And then the lead hook. Lovely work.
Block counter.
And again, any combo that begins with a 2, I'm a fan with from this open stance. It let him for a 3-piece and then come back when MuayThaiJesus thought he was kind of finished there. That right hook we've not seen since early on in the rounds, but it's still been there, especially with the block this low. And now with his back against the fence, things get a little bit more dangerous here for Jesus.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he gets a little bit like nerve-wracked a little bit, like just gets a little bit nervous when it comes to like the leading of this fight, because with 110 left, I feel like he's being cold-blooded right now. Like, this is what he wants. Gets the nice 1-2 simple head kick combo, and that blockade, as you said, Rob, any type of jab disrupts that blockade so much, but a takedown like that, even though it gets to now, gives MTJ a little bit of time to just reassess the situation. Tries to go for an uppercut there, but not really fully landing. And with 35 seconds left, Go could just easily go for another big shot if he wants to.
Yeah, he can. I mean, he's kind of chilling right now. I mean, his stamina's obviously low, but he hasn't really taken any damage. He still has the full block meter, and MuayThaiJesus is just kind of in this peril where he just doesn't really have anything to offer here.
Yeah, it's a perfect example of just pressure management, but also, I mean, like, Go is in a position where his stamina is really low, but he never has to throw more than he needs to because his opponent can't come forward because his health is too low. So right there, the end of that round, Goat's really not doing much to keep him against the fence. He's not outputting a ton of offense because he doesn't have to. He's just touching him every time he moves. So it's just a beautiful like class in managing the stamina, but managing the pace of the fight alongside the damage you've inflicted. It's just to be stuck in that situation. MuayThaiJesus is probably feeling like, man, there's not a lot I can do. I know he's not got any stamina, but I can't fight back because if I open up, I'm getting tagged.
Yeah, and that's gonna be the biggest case for this 5th and final round of the best of 3, the first fight right here. Also, $50 worth of Boilers bonus is going to be towards the winner of this best of 3. And you can see MTJ says, I want the money, but says, Go, you're going to have to try a little bit harder than that, yanking the money away from his fans, from his hands in his first fight. But in the 5th round, already a rock one way, a knockdown another way. Go still in the momentum away from MTJ. But that's what MTJ has to do. He has to risk it a little bit more into this contest.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, nothing to lose now, right? In the 5th, let's go. Let's see what he's got. Be a little crazy. Goat's probably going to end up KOing you, but at least you go out with a bang. And there it is. Goat piecing him up. Ding, 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 bang.
This could be it right here. Great timing from Goat. Everything's landing. MuayThaiJesus has taken so much damage, and there's the left hand there that puts him down over the top. Great work by Goat, man. Just broke him down at every stage of the fight. You know, MuayThaiJesus had his moments and he rocked him at the start of that round. You know, MuayThaiJesus was game throughout, but man, Goat is just absolutely world class. When you consider that MuayThaiJesus is the champion of season 2 and has beaten everybody, and Goat just did that to him, it should show how good Goat is. But this is a best of 3, Kingsley. So,
yeah. I mean, that's the biggest change, right? Like with one fight, you're like, okay, done. Like I lost my opportunity. The fact that you know what your opponent's going to do now, you kind of have a read of his strategy. So like being adaptable, being coachable possibly, and knowing what data your opponents gives you, maybe the underdog who lost the first fight might have an opportunity in the second fight and maybe go to a tiebreaker. That's what MTJ is dealing with. But they're champions regardless. They know exactly what they need to do, but the fact that they get another opportunity, we've been in rank so many times, like where we had that one loss where we're like, oh god, I just want to run it back in rank. I can beat this guy because I know exactly what he's going to do. MTJ has that opportunity now, and with the biggest of stakes being in this situation right now, Go. He's done it before. He's tried it so many times. MTJ, this is his first opportunity to show what his pure metal is. And Rob, if I'm thinking you lost to Conor McGregor, do you try to change up your strategy a little bit more and try to go more with a ground fighter to counter that, or do you just try to stay striking?
Yeah, you know, I think it's gonna be a different weight class, right? So it's gonna be a kind of a different look for both of these guys. But you know, you gotta say, Kingsley, Goat's now playing with house money. He's already have one in the bank. It's MuayThaiJesus who's gonna feel more pressure. Goat's gonna feel more comfortable, even more confident. Now MuayThaiJesus is picking up Conor McGregor. So let's see what he does. He definitely has to switch it up. I feel like he was a little passive, almost like playing the waiting game too much. He needs to act like the champion, bring it to GOAT, and take this guy out in this round, or it's over, man.
No, Shai's gonna use Habib.
just because he can, why not do the Habib versus Conor matchup? You know, it's a beautiful bit of martial arts history there.
Yeah.
And you know, this is exactly what it is. Like, you know, obviously GOAT got to pick first last time, so he picked Conor.
Right.
So MuayThaiJesus picked the next best striker he could to compete, thinking maybe even that Topuria was better. But unfortunately, that's not how it goes always. And GOAT, you know, execute a beautiful strategy alongside having some good advantages. Oh, but now MuayThaiJesus wants to change.
Second thoughts.
Look,
Chess
and
games.
then Topuria, man, look at this, look at this.
That's
man.
interesting.
There's a counter pick for everything, but it's
Mental
about being
games,
well-rounded. But also, he made him come out of the. That was his first pick. That's what he wanted. He wanted Conor, and he made him, you know, pick someone else. So.
Huge. It's going to be huge how we saw the mind games played in the lobby. The mind games are going to be huge in this second fight. Reminder, this is a best of 3. If GOAT wins this, it is all over. But if MTJ, our Season 2 champion, wins this fight, we go to a third round, a decider, a game 3 between these two ultimate champions. We'll have to see what goes down, but so far it seems like we're just continuing on from the last previous fight where these guys are still swinging, trying to disrupt the Black Gates here, Rob.
Yeah, and the fact that GOAT just made him unselect Conor McGregor, I feel is a big mental W for GOAT, because now he's Ilia Topuria, he's got power. You know, MuayThaiJesus is like, oh my goodness, hello.
Perfect timing.
Good morning.
It was
Bailey,
looking
I mean,
since the start of the round, man, you know. And, you know, we'll see if he changes in the takedowns, but he's just completely crowding Islam Makhachev right now. And if you're MuayThaiJesus and you're Islam and you're that southpaw stance, man, you need space. And GOAT is not giving it to him, although he's banging some left hands right here, doing a ton of damage to their head health.
He's doing a lot of damage to the head health, but how many times are you going to get trades like that? Once GOAT sees that, it's like, okay, maybe I need to be a little bit careful. He still stays like a fair bit away where he's going to take your one opportunity for success and make you change it to another one. That's been his game plan so far in his best of 3. But for MTJ, these knees, these clinches, these uppercuts, working really nice so far. And now GOAT has the benefit of his Black Gates being low. So elbows leaning in. I want to see if MTJ is going to work more with that clinch opportunities.
Oof. MTJ is doing a lot better this fight. He's landing some beautiful shots. He's throwing a little bit more, gets underneath, tries to take him down. He gets him down, boys. Big moment here for MuayThaiJesus.
Yeah, I was literally about to say, like, he needs to shoot a takedown there, like, because this is where he can win this fight. He has the advantages. Not that, you know, GOAT, neither Topuria aren't good grapplers, but Islam on top is just a different beast, and he can literally chip away. Nice denial there, though, by GOAT. Going to build some own GA there was a little bit, but can't get the momentum build, and a deny there from Jesus. But 100% being on top is good, but the sweep, man, he set that up so nice.
Oh, and that's just, like, huge for MTJ to just like get the top and now into a posture position with 105 left in this first round right here. This is good. This is good damage. This is good building blocks for what he wants to do. But again, getting denied every single time. GOAT, I feel like there's still no pressure. The stress release is still there. He knows, like, if he takes his damage, he knows how to work with it. And I want to see, is he going to try to go for a stand-up, or is he just going to be comfortable of just dragging the time down? But with 25 seconds left, he gets a reversal, and maybe he has a positive opportunity of himself, Rob.
Yeah, you know, that was a beautiful reversal, and I'm really curious to see if is MuayThaiJesus better than GOAT somewhere. Is he? I don't think he's better than him on the feet. He's really good, but is he better than him on the ground? And we're getting to see that here. We're getting to see the fight develop. We're seeing a whole different fight here, more ground exchanges, and it seems like MuayThaiJesus on the ground is kind of a little more evenly matched with GOAT1099. So the fight development is so interesting and exciting. I love these best of 3 matchups, Bailey, and to see these guys making these elite adjustments on the fly.
Yeah, you can tell by how much he's been double leg bailing that MuayThaiJesus, you know, has a very effective takedown game and must use that a lot. And we have seen him use it a lot previously as well, but it's definitely something he practices. So if he can continuously get top position, he can definitely win this fight and take this to a 1-1 and make the third. I think that's definitely the best strategy. But he was landing some good shots with the left hand on the feet. GOAT, though, you know, he was setting up a lot, and when he was chopping the inside leg kicks and then coming over the top of the right hooks, overthrowing on the overhands that were like extending the combinations, he was doing good work.
Yeah, doing great work, and hopefully he gets to do a little bit more, but the pull into the body. Go had the perfect answer to the equation, and you can see the head strikes landed. It's 52-50, so both guys are landing nicely, but it's just GOAT has his tenacity. He is finding his openings. He's standing still, and when MTJ, he's trying to go for that clinch. He got hit up 2 times earlier in the second round, where MTJ couldn't really go for it as much. And you can see him playing a little bit more of that distance game and those leg kicks, changing everything up. It's not always going to be a straight punch to the face. Using the body shots, using the kicks every time he moves forward, and he's begging his opponent to come forward. And that's an interesting issue to be a part of when it comes to MTJ here, Rob.
Yeah, for sure, Kingsley. And GOAT, oh man, GOAT connects on him, hurts him, big shots. MuayThaiJesus moving out of the way, surviving, but GOAT1099, he's been to the top of the ESFL Mount Everest. He's up there in the blizzard. He does not get, I mean, he's got ice in his veins, but he doesn't get rattled. He looks so smooth in there, and MuayThaiJesus is in trouble in round 2.
It's a shame that MuayThaiJesus stood up there in Orthodox, because he immediately threw that body kick when there was no stamina, and he probably would have got a rock if it was on Southpaw, but it wasn't. Another overhand goes right over the top. GOAT, I've said it before in the first round, he's done such a good job pressuring. Like, Makhachev needs space to get those snapping straight shots and those kicks going, but GOAT's been getting on the inside and pressuring and taking that away. A nice lead uppercut right there as he extends the combination to 3. Jesus has been landing a little bit, but, you know, it looks close, but GOAT has been landing the bigger stuns, the shots, and he might get another one here before the round's out.
Yeah, it's been fairly close, but every time that MTJ lands 2 shots, GOAT lands 3, and he gets a benefit of it as he lands another overhand. He's been working on the legs, he's been working on the body, and now that block case, everything's been low. The last straight could be it. Could we see GOAT take it with 1:08 left? He still has the opportunity. MTJ needs to find a way to just break up all of this momentum, because right now the clinch, the knees going to the body. He is trapped onto the back of the octagon. Dread from it, run from it. GOAT 1099. It's inevitable as he becomes the reigning, defending champion, the linear champion of the ESFL on the PlayStation side, defeating the Season 2 champion, and 2-0, a clean sweep from the GOAT.
And he does it again. He comes back in. He takes out the most dangerous champion that the ESFL produces. And I gotta say, he made it look easy, guys.
I think labeling GOAT as the final boss at the start of this event was completely justified. This guy is the final boss for anyone that achieves anything in this, you know, since the beginning, since UFC 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this guy has always been there, beating the world's best. He's still doing it, man. He's still doing it. He knew what he was talking about when he made his account name. Do you know what I mean? Like, and he's lived up to every word of it. You know, there are challenges. GOAT has lost previously, but in recent years especially, man, the guy has just looked phenomenal, and a great performance. I know he's been streaming, if you guys aren't following him, and I know he's been staying on top of his game. It's not like he's just got out of bed or anything. So, you know, definitely go catch him. But, man, you can't say enough about that performance. It was just clinical. The second fight ended, you know, much quicker than the first did. He outpicked him. You know, he made him swap that Connor pick by being like, listen, I'm just going to wrestle you. If you don't pick someone well-rounded, you know, this is how it's going to go. So.
It's insane, right? Because, like, with GOAT, with this kind of performance, we know that he's lost before. He's lost titles before, and he's been on the opposite side. But the fact that he could do this consistently, from UFC 3 when we first started the ESFL to UFC 4 when we were at the middle point to present time, he's still doing it against the best of the best, who could go through a whole season, be 5-1, face the best of the best, and still have a clean goddamn sweep in the finale. I mean, it's insane. It goes to tribute from his streaming ways to his competitive ways that he still has the consistency to still be in that ring, to still be in that fight, and have the passion for it. The overall passion that GOAT has kind of makes everything just sum up into a pretty present of a bow. And for MTJ, he is the Season 2 champion. Kudos to him for taking on this challenge, to taking on this mega fight, to have this kind of spotlight, because I feel like that would be like not in the headlines when we talk about this card. GOAT1099 is probably the greatest of this whole organization, but MTJ to be a part of this challenge says to his tenacity, because he could just be like, you know what, I won the championship, I'm done, I don't need to be a part of this. The fact that he stepped into that octagon says a lot about his merit and character. So kudos to both of those fighters. But for GOAT, for the Xbox side, now they have a potential chance for another mega fight. We get to see a round 2, probably Fatinator. If he's able to get back up there, maybe we can see a rematch there, Rob.
Oh man, I would love to see that. And I just have to say, this event was just absolutely so entertaining. I mean, I always say it, but this event was probably one of the best events, if not the best event of the season. You saw legends like Swiss Lebix, Pre-United, you see Nas, you just see all these guys in the chat. You can tell there's a little bit of hype. The gasoline is going in the car, the car that is UFC, and we're just driving towards UFC 6, and I cannot wait. I hope, I'm on my knees praying that we could get a live event and see GOAT and see Nas there and see all these legends and just do what we did in Vegas a couple years ago, Bailey, and just, you know, keep it going.
Yeah, news for the community. You know, me and the boys and the team, and we're working hard on getting another live event for you guys. Hopefully this year. You know, it will probably most likely be in, I don't want to say maybe where it will be, but like hopefully we get it done, guys. We're working on it. We'll let you know. Nah, I don't want to tease it. It's fine. What if it doesn't happen? I would feel bad. But we are really working on trying to get another live event for you guys, like we had last time. The Vegas one, the video is still up on the YouTube if you guys want to go and relive that. Romero won that. If we could get GOAT out to the live event, can you imagine that as well? It would be crazy. So we need it.
Insane.
We need it.
I remember being on the outside, like working the event, but like from remote, and seeing you guys just have a blast and seeing the amazing fights. How crazy that atmosphere was.
The atmosphere was great, dude.
To see the sequel, I want to be there. Like next time, I'm definitely going to be there whenever it happens, if we get all the details going. But that shows to the level of ESFL. Like, we're still have these amazing cars and we're doing it on this kind of platform. Just imagine when we do it live, and I hope to see all of you guys there. But before we do anything, the most important thing, because it's a group project, guys, Rob, Bay, it's a group project. What is our fight of the night?
Alien.
Oh, I don't know.
What do you think?
I can't remember. I can't remember.
There's so many good ones.
Too many.
To your credit, there was 4 amazing.
Was good. Vuk versus Lionus was really good. Ziggy Boy versus Juicy was really good, dude. I mean, I don't know.
I'll be the tiebreaker. There's like 2 that I think that were really, really good. I think Maxi versus MG was a hell of a fight, but also Vuk versus Lionus. Lionus and Vuk had a crazy back and forth that went to judges, and that went to a majority decision. So I'm leaning more to the majority decision of Vuk and Linus. Do we all agree on that?
Yeah, that was a banger.
There you go.
That was a
all
great
right.
fight, yeah.
Linus, congratulations on your back-to-back boiler bonus fight of the night. Linus and Vuk, you guys have fight of the night. It's been a crazy event, a crazy night, a crazy finale. We thank you guys so much for being here. That's been Bruce Lee Rob. That's been Bailey. We appreciate you guys always being here every Sunday for ESFL. We will see you guys in July for the Xbox side of season 2 of the ESFL season. So we can't wait to have you guys there. So without further ado, we'll see you guys at the next fight night. Peace out and goodbye, everybody.
See you guys.
See ya.